Yellow. Can you hear me? I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing earlier. Am I being heard? Hi. Hello. Okay, good. I clicked on the wrong thing earlier, but I don't know what I clicked on. Anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the hellos. We have Azure, hello, hello. We have Joey, hello, hello. We have Nomad, hello, hello. And we have Cass, hello, hello. How art thou? A braid. I just woke up yet again, so you're gonna have to suffer with the voice for a little bit. That was my favorite Eldritch Dragon Mama. I'm good. It's Friday. My birthday is Friday. Yes, on the Friday is the day of boif. Hey Rafi, hello, hello. How you doing? Stretching a little bit. But yeah, yeah, birthday's not actually Friday, but birthday stream is Friday. But thank you very much for the happy birthdays. I will be old years old. Hooray! Fun fact, my birthday is the same day as if you ever see Gumshoe Gamer, his birthday is also on May 23rd. So we have our birthdays on the same day. How many people can say they share a birthday with their Oshi? Which he is my Oshi. If you look behind me, there's a tiny little statue of a little gummy. I put him in my room. Because not everybody knows this, but it's because like he actually inspired me to start streaming. Yeah, this little gummy right there. Ignore the other two. Ignore everyone else back there. Just focus on Gummy. He's the only important one. But yeah, he's the one that that inspired me to actually make my own model and start streaming. Because I saw he had more than one, and I'm like, wait, you can have more than one of these things? You know, and just seeing him like kind of update his look over the years, I was like, wait, I'm gonna do that. So that's why I tell people all the time that he's actually the reason I'm even here. I was like, hey, Brenman, hello, hello. But yeah. Focuses on God. Hi, Jamajin, hello, hello. But yeah, because like, I think like him and like two other people were like the first indies I found. Cause like I think the other one was like, I can't, oh god, it's like, oh, damn it. He's in Minnesota. God damn it. I talk to him all the time. I call him Koi Koi, but that's not his name. You got this? Yay. Damn it. It's like, oh, Jesus. I talk to him all the time. God damn it. I'm so bad with names, y'all. Like, what's it like? There's like the other guy who like actually inspired me too. I don't talk about him as much solely because I have a harder time saying his name. Okay, that's definitely not it. Oh Jesus, dude. Like, man, we're like friends and everything. Fuck. Well, I'll find him one day. He's like a wolf guy. Didn't I talk to him recently? I'm looking through my stuff. Seriously, where's this man? I am so bad at names. Oh god. I swear to god, if you change his name, I'm gonna... PC-kun, we haven't done anything yet. Stop it. God damn it. Where is he? I'm gonna remember him like 3 days from now. Just watch. It's gonna be 3 days from now, and I'll be like, ah, that guy. Anyway. Same, I always forget people's names. I'm like, well, I have a bad habit of giving people like nicknames. Hi, Pulse. Hi. But it's like he's like a wolf. He likes what you call it, Kamen Rider as well as Sentai shows. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm trying to talk about the other guy that inspired me to stream because, like, I think it was like the first one I actually started lurking in his streams. He's like the only one I drew like borderline NSFW of. And I ship him with like Rajang from Monster Hunter. God damn it. I kind of want to recreate that one comic I made with him, but he has a girlfriend now. Which his girlfriend is, I feel bad. I remember Minx's name. Her name is Minx Milk. She's like very cute. I feel bad. I remember her name, but I don't remember his name, and I feel bad about it. The nicknames always stick, but the real names always slip off. It's true. It's like her name is like super easy for me to say because I call her Minxie. Oh wait, now you made me remember that art. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Raikoi, that's his name. God damn it. Jose the Wildman 6675. Hello. Listen to Sammy Lord Popcorn. Yeah, it's Raikoi. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's name? Okay, now I can actually look him up. Yeah, it's Raikoi Garu. Yeah, him. He also inspired me to start streaming because I would lurk in his streams all the time. Hi AJ, hello. So yeah, I was like, what is this man's name? Oh my god. Like Jeebus. But yeah, both him and Gummy inspired me a lot when it comes to streaming and actually making. I mean, Gummy didn't make his own model, but you know, he commissioned it. Same thing. What himbo are you talking about this time? I'm talking about Gumshoe Gamer and Roykoi Guru, who are actually they're both kind of himbos when you think about it. I love your avatar. I love my avatar too. Okay, I'm kidding. But thank you very much. I made it myself. Everything you see before you, my chat, has been crafted with my own hands. Myself, my weird kind of not mascot son, my room. This was all made with my power. Hehe. I'm not gonna lie, half the reason I'm even like coconut. Yeah, Buko's a coconut. Somebody took extra attention with the boobs. Well, my boobs is like half my personality, platonically. I have to be on my best behavior today because like Twitter is doing the thing that Twitter does, where Twitter circles around one of its 7 argumentation points, and I'm sitting there being like, not again. I'm so tired. Semi collecting himbos in the omniversal constant. Yes, if I am in a universe, I will collect himbos. On the other hand, her personality is her other half of her personality is her tail. This is also true. But yeah, they are. It's a stupid argument because the nuance is dead yet again. They have shot it. Because like, well, it's too late. I've already started. I guess I'm gonna have to give my take that no one will ever be able to prove because I'm gonna delete the VOD. Has my tea cooled down yet? Delicious. Like, my take has always been, like, as someone who is constantly, like, people are constantly trying to put me in the hentai box and I don't want to go there. I don't have the same view a lot of people have when they're not in the stupid hentai box and they want to get in there. Like, the amount of people who desperately want me to be a lewd tuber and I'm like, bruh, no. Hey, Brave hello. So, like, because I'm also sitting here asking questions that no one seems to care about. Remind me to hide any himbos I make. You can't hide them from me. Hello, how you doing? Like, because all this started, apparently, I could be wrong, but all this started because at Offkai, a place I don't even care about, is like, we're gonna have like a Fansly or OnlyFans bullshit stall or whatever. Now, my question is why? Wait, I'm not supposed to be here for the himbos? I mean, you can be here for the himbos. I make them too. But like, my question is, because I'm sitting here being like, would the argument be the same if Pornhub decided to have like its own booth at an anime convention? You know? Like, I'm sitting here being like, everyone's like, oh, well, people, sex work is work, and, you know, lewd tubers can exist. And I'm sitting there being like, why are they there? Because my question is Fansly or OnlyFans or whatever the fuck it was, are they there to promote their talents or the people who are on the platform? Or are they there to educate people so they could join the platform? Those are not the same thing. Hi, Rajanga. Hello. Because one is saying, hey, we're here for the people. The other is, hey, do you want to make money by doing lewd content? Those are two different things. And the fact that that seems to keep falling out of the conversation bothers me. What's happening to decorum and class? They never got here. Now, again, to me, this is not about shaming lewd tubers, because honestly, you know, at this point, we know how I feel about lewd tubers. They're fine. I can't watch them, but they're okay. Get that bag, honey. But like, the fact that, and everyone's like, oh, the children. This isn't about the children. This has never been about the children. Why is something that's known for making lewd content at a convention, what are they there for? What are they looking to do? Are they advertising their service, or are they advertising the people on it? Because those are two different things. If they're like, hey, we're here to show off all the cool people on here, cool. But but a website doesn't do that, because they don't just have VTubers on Fansly, to my knowledge. Don't they have all kinds of people on there? I could be wrong though. This is me being miseducated. Now I'm gonna have to look it up. Anyway, not the corruption. It's, you know, I do get it if it's a place that's actually only just 18 plus and other 18 plus booth, but this is like, and the thing is, Offkai is not an 18 plus event. They keep pretending that they are, but they're not. So wait, let me first we're gonna educate ourselves, chats, before we form an opinion. Before we use our bias, we need to figure out what things are. So let's look up and see what is Fansly. What is it? Fansly. Okay, what is that? Interact with your fans. Find your new obsession. That's not okay. Sell content that you want to create and interact with fans easily. The top paid social network. Okay. I mean, technically it's not saying it's for lewd nonsense. Technically. Let's see here. I don't care about the... will you stop trying to put that word in there? Like, cut that out. No. Like, it gets you every time. It's not strictly a porn site, but they just support sex workers, and when people heard it, they ran with it. And that's the problem I have with this, honestly, is, again, I used a different word this time. Well, apparently not different enough. But like, the issue I kind of have is, again, so they're more or less a paid they're basically a paid service. So if you've used Fansly, it's kind of like Patreon. You know, where you basically can subscribe to people, you know, that I guess stream on there. But like, I don't know, do they pay more than Twitch or YouTube? Do they pay more or something? I don't know. And say I don't care about the lewd content thing being at a con so much as the anime is borderline NSFW with these skin tight outfits. Just stick with 18 plus areas and don't advertise it to the minor friendly area. Well, the thing is, to me, the whole trying to bring the minors into the conversation is never a good idea, because the minute you bring in minors, it destroys the nuance of the conversation, because kids can barely watch anime. My question is what are they trying to achieve? Are they trying to get more people to use their streaming platform? Is that what Fansly is trying to do? That is my question. Because if that is the question, I do not agree with them being at Offkai. I don't agree with that, because that even though yes, they do not advertise themselves as an 18+ site, if that is what most people use them for and what they're most known for, that is the type of attention that they're going to expect to get. Therefore, them basically showing up at a convention panel is trying to sign up people to do lewd content. That is my problem. I don't like that, because that's literally, so that maybe not literally, but isn't that solicitation? Is a stream platform that seems to have fallen into the same loop of that I'm sleeping tab on Twitch. Oh god. Streamers 80, for them 20, that's not a good business model, but okay. Agreed, leave the kids out of it. The workers on there tend to get tipped a lot based on the gooners with money. Oh, okay. Like, and that's my issue. Because that seems to be missing from the conversation, because then it slowly turned into, well, VTubers weren't a bunch of hoes. And I'm like, first of all, we're not all hoes. Second of all, I'm sorry, but like, yes, not every like VTuber is a lewd-tuber, but the pressure to be a lewd-tuber is very high. And everyone keeps trying to gaslight me and saying, well, you don't have to do it. I'm like, look, do you get DMs like every week about some guy being like, when are we gonna get the X content? Like, bruh. The amount of people I have to block just because my character looks this way. I don't even moan or anything. Like, I don't even do anything like, you know, lewd-tuber-esque, and I get harassed constantly. And you're telling me people aren't expecting me to be a freaking lewd-tuber just because I look like this? And they're like, well, don't look like that. I'm like, I look like this because I like the way this looks, not because I want to get gooned on. And if I'm like, now to be fair, if you do goon to me, I don't care, just do it in private. Like, I don't care, just don't tell me you're doing it. Like, that's all I want, just don't tell me, you know? Loopholing 18+ content to non-18+ areas is a plague here. Like, and that's the thing, because, and I know this is an actual tactic, because people, like, especially in America, people are actually straight up ashamed of like sexual content. They are. So the only way you can advertise yourself is by sneaking into places that do not have NSFW content and just kind of slipping stuff under the door. Because if you're seeking out 18+ content, you are gonna feel bad about it. Because my thing is, no matter what happens, now this is my opinion, no matter what happens, we will never have a sex work is work ethic until we acknowledge that women are people. If we never acknowledge that women are people, this will continue to be stupid. You know, like, Sammy, what do you mean? I'm like, because it's literally because no, and don't get me started on it. It's taking advantage of lonely men. Yeah, so are freaking shaving companies. Who cares? Everybody's taking care. Everyone's taking advantage of lonely men. Have you seen waifu games? Don't be going after VTubers when you got literal waifu bait over there. Freaking. I will. If you like Azure Lane, I will judge you, but you do you. But I will assume you're gonna try and stick your dick in Jello at some point. Anyway. Your feed only shows you lewd tubers. You're making your algorithm. Like, my freaking feed just shows me man butt, so I don't know what everyone else is talking about. Like, my feed is full of big titty men. What the? That seems like a skill issue on their part. Oh man, my feed's great. I'm like, well, I mean, it is. It's because boobs. I mean, I guess. Like, yeah, if you don't want to do something, but it's not enough to say don't do something you're not comfortable with. You have to also actively fight people to not pressure you into being something you're not. You have to actually fight people. You can't just be passive and be like, oh yeah, I don't do that. You have to be like, if you try to convince me, I'm gonna block you. You like, that's something I had to learn. People do not respect you. The respect goes down the bigger your boobs are. And since my boobs are kind of big, my respect is in the toilet. As nobody respects me. You guys do, because you're cool and haven't blocked you yet. But like, I've literally, at this point, I think I've blocked more people than I talked to. I don't even dislike 18+ stuff, but a responsible person, but be a responsible person and stop loopholing into safer areas, as I put it, to those only caring about female NSFW outfits. How prominent does your manly bulge have to be before we start calling the cops? If I see a prominent bulge, you guys know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna punch it. Anyway. Oh, hi Rocky, hello. This is the best time for you to show up. Respect all women, but especially women with big boobs. I don't engage with the controversy because I simply am not interested in lewd stuff, and I don't think I can contribute to the topic since I don't know anything about it. Like, I don't really want to talk about it either, simply because I know people are just looking for an excuse to justify their weird porn fetish. That's all it ever boils down to. So how are you doing today yourself? I'm doing good. Why do I walk in with men punching? I don't know. Did that summon you? Like, Rocky's like, someone's talking about punching a man in the dick. I am summoning. This is clearly a video game weak point. I can't. No, I will never stop punching people in the balls. I don't know. Like I said, at the end of the day, if you like your 18+ content, that's fine. Yeah, it's the Shinra effect. The Shinra effect has happened yet again. But like, if you like NSFW, that's fine. Like, hell, like I like reading it, but I don't like spam it everywhere. I keep it in the vault where it belongs. Speaking of the vault, I was blessed yesterday, my glorious chat. I was blessed yesterday because Gummy has a picture of him in a maid outfit. That was my birthday present. He didn't do it on purpose, but it doesn't matter. That is going on the shrine. I am printing that out. I'm putting it in a frame. It is going on my shrine wherever all of my other random Gummy memorabilia goes. I am very normal about Gummy. Chat, she can never know. Never know what. Wait, Rocky, are you also in a maid outfit? Are you also in the maid outfit? Now I gotta look it up. I gotta find Rocky in the maid outfit. I know you have like the cat one, but like, do you have a maid outfit? If not, you're gonna need to get in one. We need to put everybody in maid outfits. Let me see here. Let me find the Rocky Steen, not the Rocky Steed, but the Rocky Steen. Rocky Steen. Oh, there you go. I like how I just put in RO and it just brings them up. Is she here? What do you put, like, now the question is, what do you put on Twitter? Is she here? I'll find it eventually. You can't escape me. I must collect everybody. Like, I must get all of the guys in the maid outfit. It is required for my existence. It is a part of my sustenance. Besides, even if it doesn't already exist, that means I'll just have to make it. We'll just have to put Rocky in a maid outfit. Yeah, you have the patience to find it. I mean, it depends. If it's on Twitter, I'll find it. I have hours. First of all, Azure, you're banned. Anyway. You fool, she has your sense. Is it just me, a little goober in a maid outfit? Yeah, I forgot I drew you in a maid outfit. Luckily, I'm safe for now. I feel like once you hit 32, your brain just goes, ooh, teens are half my age. That's weird to be obsessed with them. Honestly, yeah. As someone who's over the age of 32, I cannot with like teenagers. Y'all, like teenagers and 20-somethings piss me off. Because they're like, I already know everything, and because I'm not an actual tiny baby, I know things. I'm like, y'all don't know shit. Go back to school. What? Wait, no, don't ban him. No, I meant he's not allowed to use his weird maid outfit for evil, because he keeps destroying my computer. Like, every time I interact with that image, something bad happens. It's like it's cursed. I'm 26 and I'm still dumb as hell. Exactly. Like, duh. As somebody who's 26, I'm already sick of anyone under 20 years old. Like, I straight up want me to just donate, yeah, for like a second or something. You can ban them for a second. But like, my thing is, because again, every single time I hear something about like somebody who's like 30 or 40 grooming a teenager, like double digits teenager, I'm like, but why? Kids are annoying. Like, they need to be like guided, they need to be mentored. But who looks at a 14-year-old be like, ah, yes, that's sexy right there? And I'm like, why? Ew, no. All they're gonna do is talk about Pokemon and Slinkies or whatever. Who wants that? I mean, I understand that that's not what they're gonna be doing to this poor 14-year-old, but it's still annoying. Like, damn. Like, every single time, like, I also think it's now that like My Hero Academia nut is over and they've aged up all the characters, I can finally kidnap Ida. I'm like, Ida's over the age of like whatever, I'm kidnapping him. He is the ideal man. Also, hey there, oh god, Sephiroth, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Elf Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. I'm late 20s and I am sensible enough that I don't know everything. Man, I'm old as hell and I don't know anything. Honestly, I don't even talk to anyone who doesn't legally drink. Honestly, that's the best bet. Like, unless they need help with something, then I don't mind. If they're like, you know, hey, I don't know how to do whatever, then that's fine. You know, but if they're like, hey, they were sexy mother, and I'm like, get the F out of here. Go home and go take a nap. Like, that's the thing. If you get hit on by a child, just tell them no. Like, you cannot stop the children from hitting on you, but what you can do is tell them that's not appropriate, cut that out, and go get yourself a snack. Like, I've been hit on by kids before, and I'm just kind of like, no, I'm literally old enough to be your mom. No, don't do that. It's not cute, it's weird. I'm gonna use it. Fuckery that is memory. Like, that's how I feel about it. I'm just like, ugh. Like, anybody who's like 20 something that like, I'm just like, I've had like one, like, wait, I have to count here. Yeah, no, I just don't have the patience. I won't tell them, it's like, I won't just tell them no. I will, however, make sure that they remember that they aren't on my level. I mean, there's that too. Like, I'm too tired to deal with people. I'm too tired. I'm old. They're like, yeah, we want to go out clubbing. And I'm like, do you mean like with an actual club, like a stick, or are we talking about a building? Because I'm one of those is way more fun than the other. I would like to throw dishes. Anyway, you're like, Sammy, what is on the menu for today? Meat's back on the menu, boys. Like Lord of the Rings. I need to stop quoting it. I shouldn't quote something from something I don't like. Which mental illness do you think I say? Check your DMs after stream. I'm scared. You guys keep emailing me sexy men that I refuse to interact with. Because Genshin's like, I keep looking at the men in Genshin and I'm just like, I know you guys aren't the focus. I know you're not. There's like a billion girls in that game that I don't care for. I'll say there's Theo exists. Hello, welcome in. Thank you very much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Like, I know that the guys in Genshin are a minority and that they are not worth my time, but they weirdly appeal to me and it's starting to piss me off. Because I refuse to play a game that's that baity. So, you know, I'm not going out with you. Chris Hansen scares me. We're discussing how to not groom minors. Pay attention. This is important. Exactly. How to not groom minors. Number 1, avoidance. If that does not work, be normal about it. Answer any questions and then leave them alone. Also, thank you very much for saying my model is gorgeous. I drew it myself. Just tell them, come talk to me when you're finally within 3 years of my age range, which they never will be. My favorite thing is actually making them feel like the kid they are. There's nothing more unsexy to a child than basically pointing out that they're a child. Unfortunately for you, I don't play Minecraft. Yes, the new guy I showed you was the breaking point. It is! I'm like, don't! God damn it! They keep making guys not appeal to me. the thing is, I don't like using the if they can't drink or stuff like that, because I don't drink. Like, I don't drink, I don't really do anything that's, the thing is, I don't really do anything that's blatantly adult. So as a result, me using those as an excuse never works, because I don't do a lot of stuff. Plus, I do play Minecraft sometimes. So it's just, and the thing is, kids aren't stupid. Like, despite what I said earlier, kids are not stupid. They will notice that and be like, well, I saw you playing like Minecraft the other day, and I'm like, god damn it. But then again, if they just want to play Minecraft together, it can just be a bonding activity, but it doesn't have to be like a date or whatever. See, I have too much autism to go play nightclub. If I go to a nightclub, it's just there for the music. You know, internet slang, like joke, serious, sarcastic, right? Sometimes. This is very base first conversation. Well, and it bothers me how they're like, because again, you can't stop the kids. You can't just assume the kid is from like the 1950s and going gee willikers or whatever, you know? It's like kids repeat what they see online, which online is a bunch of sexual nonsense. And so they'll say stuff because they want to be accepted and they want to be seen as cool. Kids always do that. They want to be seen as cool, they want to be taken seriously, and they want to be listened to. And they think the way to do that is to appeal to adults, because adults are actively grooming them on the regular. You have to basically tell them they don't have to do that to be a person. If they have something that they want to say, they can say it and you can be a safe space for them. But if they're trying to basically get themselves groomed, no. And also make sure they don't get groomed by somebody else. Like, I've actually had to talk to someone who was 14 before, because they were upset that they kept getting banned from places. You know, they're like, why do they keep banning me? And I'm like, it's because you're a literal child. He's like, but I can't talk to anybody my age. I'm like, look, I understand people that your age are crap, but you got to just deal with it, okay? You got to deal with it, because you are not at a place where you can protect yourself properly, because you are a literal child. Like, people can go to jail because of you. Do you want people to go to jail? No, I don't want anybody to go to jail. Okay, good. Like, it's okay, you can hang out in places that are all age, but if it says 18 plus, don't go in there, because you're basically proving them right and banning you. You don't like that, right? Like, and this is someone I banned from my Discord, by the way. I talked to them on Twitter, but I had to ban them from my Discord because they were being a little weirdo. Like, now I won't, however, I enjoy seeing your Reddit crash out. Comically, I'm an adult, but surprisingly, I try to avoid kids. That I don't assume these things with them, and only answer what I can. And if they're weird, yeah, if the kids are weird, you gotta send them off. Jokes aside, though, I do listen to what they're saying to me, but also make sure that the boundaries are very clear. Yeah, definitely establish boundaries with the kids. Don't let, like, because again, kids don't really understand the effect of things. So if kids are pushing boundaries, you have to let them, basically tell them no, they can't just do that just because they're a child, you know? Because some kids will try to get away with crap because they know that they're kids. I'm like, no, just because you're a child doesn't mean you get to push my boundaries, because you will be an adult at some point and you can go to jail for that. You know, why do the adults ban me? You're a child and adults only don't want to go to jail. Like, you see, the amount of adults I was playing games with was alarming, but it was because I couldn't stand the other kids my age. Luckily, they were decent human beings and didn't try anything. If they did, I would know, because yes, kids are not stupid. Exactly. Why is this meeting mandatory? We're talking about how to not groom children, so everyone should know how to do this. Then why are they banning me? It's because the puberty level discovery. The big issue people don't get is that if you tell a teenager no, tell them why. Yeah, you don't just say no. Don't, like, and that's the thing. When you ban someone, a lot of times they don't know what they did wrong, because they think, most of the time, and a lot of people do this, if you ban someone, they don't assume it's because of their age. It's assumed that they did something wrong, or there's something wrong with them as a whole. That is never true. You have to actually tell them, look, I'm banning you to protect myself or to protect my community. Like, that's why I'm doing it. Because at this point, especially since you obviously didn't follow the rules, I can't have someone who doesn't follow the rules in my community. There you go. If you're on an 18 plus space and they show up and they're like 12 or something, you're like, look, you obviously have shown you can't follow the rules, so this is why you're getting banned. Bam, they know why that got banned. Don't just say it's because you're a child, because they can't help that. That is something they have no control over. Tell them that they're being banned because of something they do have control over. That will actually teach them why that they shouldn't try to force themselves into places. If you're like, you're being banned for being a child, that doesn't help, because they're like, oh, well, I just have to not tell them I'm a child. Instead, just say it's because you broke the rules, and they'll think about it differently, because again, not stupid. As someone put, be a safe adult, don't seduce anyone, and tell them to be wary of people who are trying that. Yeah, I say that all the time. Anytime someone like says that they were told that they were matured for their age, it triggers me, because if someone says you're mature for your age, it's never because they think that. It's always because they know you're easier to manipulate than other children. If someone says, trust me, we can hang out because you're mature for your age, that adult is more than likely a creep. Regardless of gender. Remember, women could be creeps too. Like, ugh. Oh god, I hate creeps of all genders. I hate that. I only ban on site when I believe someone is being malicious or they fail to follow the rules. Yeah, like I have people in my space who are like, you know, younger teens, and I'm like, and sometimes I have to be like careful, you know, but for the most part I'm like, just don't be weird. Also ban the adult. Yeah, if any adults are creepy, I don't really, most of the time all the creepy adults are creepy towards me, but I usually will ban them too. Like 7 being caught doing, yeah, if anybody's ever like, you know, and also this applies to my community, if you see someone being weird with any of the minors in my community, please let me or one of the mods know. I will not stand for that bullshit. Because I'm like, I will ban people quickly, like I don't care. Like, because it's like, yes, because adults don't deal with my BS-ery, I'm going after the children. The hammer of justice is unisex. I don't know, I'm probably gonna doodle today, but I probably won't full on draw, because we still gotta do like the dateability rating. See, funny enough, I have wormed my way into places that creeps get really upset with me just for existing. They're like, what is that guy doing here? Oh god, people think I'm a bat again. I'm like, I know I'm not a bat, but now I'm starting to understand it. No one will ever realize I'm a dragon. Damn. It's okay, Theo, it's okay. Say, hey, Emblem, hello. Let's see. It should have been me, not him. People are like, no, sadly, I am a dragon. My tail isn't as visible in this model. Let me see if I can get it visible a little bit. Yeah, see, there it is. There's my tail. There's my tail. So I do have. I am a dragon. This happens every time. I'm coded as every animal but a dragon. Yeah, these are horns, not ears. Oh my god, maybe I should have been a bat. But I like my tail though. I like my chunky tail. Ah, yes, your favorite gecko. Oh lord, I'm never gonna beat the Rouge the Bat allegations. No, she's clearly a character from your hentai manga that was sick of your shit and decided to put some clothes on. I'm not gonna lie, I was dangerously close to saying that my character was also just a hentai character that just decided to quit. Because the memes would have been so funny. Can you talk about how funny the lore would have been? Not a devil. Like, oh, it would have been so funny. It would have been so funny if I was like a retired hentai character. But VTubers can't handle, like VTubers and VTuber fans can't handle the nuance, because they'd be like, oh, but then we gotta find your hentai, like, you know, your hentai stash. And I'm like, oh, like, you're missing the point. That's actually my head, get it? I support this. Dude, that's like, you know. I would not have been surprised, however, it would have had to deal with even more creeps. Yeah. Because then they'd be like, oh, well, if you're retired, that means you have hentai content out there. Where is it? And I'm like, ugh. And that's literally the only, like, the main reason why I'm not a LewTuber is because I thought it would have been funny, but then I realized that horny people have no humor. It's either fap or get out. I'm like, and they just made it exhausting and boring and like, but it would have been, I mean, because I'm like me, like, as, because you remember I'm an asexual, so I would have done it for the lulz and the lulz alone. Just like, can you just, because you guys know me, I like to generate NPCs, then I'd have like a reoccurring character of the, you know, of some hentai protagonist trying to get me to come back, and I have to like throw him into the atmosphere because I said I quit. That would have been so funny. Oh man, that would have been so funny. Just being like, oh god, here comes the hentai protagonist, can you please leave? He's like, but the collection's incomplete without you. And I'm like, I don't care, I quit. It's so funny. But no, people don't have any humor. It's either like porn or get out. I'm so tired. Like the content, like the content retired with you now has a wife and kids, easy. See, I think the horn color made me think it. No, it's fine. It's fine. Like, because the horns are kind of close to my head and kind of closed in, they do look like bat ears. I do realize that, but so I don't blame you. The sheer amount of guys that were stuck with it. I swear I'll find a way to rekindle your flame. Yeah, that is very true. And that character who retired, you are Jennifer. I don't even know who that is. It's like, she even admits that her original design was based off of a specific comic. Yeah. Because like I said, my character is based off of all of the different hentai tropes I like. Because I think they look cool. Funny enough, because I don't see it as sexy, I see it as cool. Aya's Dewey tripod McGee tries wants its queen back but gets constantly denied. Like, it would have been such a funny joke, you know? It would have been so funny, but then people would just literally try to force me to be a LewTuber because they're like, why did you retire? You were up, you were probably really great at it. And I'm like, no. No. And like, and it's sad. Like, that, like, that's why I'm like, you know, I understand there's nothing wrong with being a LewTuber, but the fact that the box exists is why I can never want to be one. Because, and also, if you are a LewTuber and you like, don't argue that LewTubing is okay if you quit yourself, because you know the mental strain. Like, that actually kind of annoys me, is how many LewTubers actually do quit LewTubing, or they try to step away from it because but they try to, you know, downplay the negatives of LewTubing. Don't do that. If you're gonna have an argument, please also put up the other side. Don't just straw man around here. Also, oh god, I forgot there was like a new person. Oh shit. Let me find you again. Hey there, GG Kitty VT, thank you very much. Welcome in. My name is Sammy Enigma. I'm an Elder Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. And you can pick up your badge at the front desk. Anyway. Excuse me. My favorite hentai trope is the wholesome, loving relationship. I like that too, when it's actually just two people or more being cute. I like that. Very interesting concept as well. I think it is interesting, but sadly the climate makes it so I just can't do it, which does disappoint me because I love unusual ideas. But the fact, and everyone's like, well, no, just be brave and do it anyway. First of all, if you are telling me that, you're just telling me you want to see me in porn. I can't trust anybody who tries to be quote-unquote supportive in that particular context, because it always just means they just want to see my character do porn. That's all it ever boils down. It's not because they actually respect me as a person or want sexual liberation. It's just, oh well, we just want to see Semi in porn. I'm like, oh well, wow. To be fair, cool and sexy people can be interchangeable or intermingle to a certain point. Yeah. Also, hey Long, hello. So not one myself, but I do know a chunk of them outright thanking me for not being toxic because of the rampant LewTuber share. Yeah. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with being a LewTuber, but I'm not gonna pretend that the audience is a bunch of nice people either. It's generally crazy to me because I'm not even trying to be nice. I'm already being one of the sports in the circle. Yeah, Rock is like a really nice guy. Don't let his attitude fool you, everyone. He may be a rock, but he's a soft rock. Like, I don't know, granite. Well, is granite soft? He's like sandstone. There you go. Remember, like, my friend described Rocky as the nicest sandpaper. I mean, Rocky is a nerd. I mentioned that it is a lot, especially with the people who are heavily obsessed and won't watch you unless you're naked. Like, and it's sad. Like, the audience is just as much to blame as the VTubers themselves, but we keep pretending that. First of all, where are these nice hentai lovers? Because I've never met one. I've never met one. The people who are like heavily into this stuff, and I'm not talking about your average person who sees like one thing or whatever. I'm talking about the people who are obsessed about it. I've never seen a nice one. It's always just, you know, if you don't do a thing, you're a hoe. I just want to see Semi throw hands. It's just the bar that is fucking low. But yeah, the bar is in hell. A soft rock. Ah, yeah, slime stuff. Pulse is one of the nice ones. There you go. We have one here. We have a good one. Sandstone and oh, I see. He is the nicest sandpaper. I met maybe one. Yeah. What was it again? I don't know. Anyway, it is almost 11 o'clock. So you know what time it is, chat? It is time for the dateability rating. Yes, we're gonna do the dateability rating. You know what? I'm not gonna draw today. We're gonna just do the dateability rating today. So 1 second. I gotta switch everything over. So give me a minute. I'm gonna let me change the name of the thing in the stream. Let's see, one second, I gotta change it here. Let's see, spoiler, no one is dateable. Okay, so we're gonna change this to, I don't know, we're just gonna do it as just chatting. It's fine. Done. Okay, we're gonna do the dateability rating today. Let's see here. I just don't want to make a big deal about it. No, I get you. I'm scared to ask, what's the dateability rating? I'm glad you asked, Rocky. In fact, Rocky will be our very first victim. Let's go ahead and go on over, shall we? Let's see here. All right. Okay. Oops. I gotta bring it up. Where is it? Oh god. Nope. Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong spot. Teehee. Okay. You saw my settings. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Now, if I do miss you, please, I don't know, figure it out. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Rocky right now, because Rocky's a stellar example. Okay. The ads are gone good. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Rocky. Okay, now you're probably asking, Semi, what is this about? Basically, if Rocky or any of you were in a dating sim, how hard would he be to obtain? And how hard would he be to actually date? So here we go. Oh wait, let me put a marker down. There we go. So we have the Rocky Steen. Who was that? Oh, also, thank you very much for the resubscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so as someone who loves her a good ultimate game dating sim, this is how this goes. All right, so now some of these might not be purely accurate if I don't know you enough. We're just gonna have to figure it out together. So we have Rocky, because we don't need his full name. We don't need his government name. So now for Rocky, you're probably wondering, like, so if Rocky was in a dating sim for some freaking reason, how easy would it be to obtain him? Basically, to get him to the point where he'd willingly date you. For Rocky, it would be hard. He's not the hardest, despite him being a rock, but he would still be pretty difficult. Actually, let me do this so I can actually centralize everybody. Central? There we go. So, Rocky would be here. Willingly is the key word. The thing is, because Rocky does have a girlfriend, that means somebody figured it out. Therefore, he's not extremely difficult. Now, Now, this is just to obtain him. It took her 6 months before I realized it. See, that's the thing. Rocky, despite hiding it, is also a himbo, so you can sometimes trick him into dating you. Also, wait, no, actually, no, it goes down because he also likes food. So I'm sorry you got demoted to medium because you like food. And you are bribable. Because Rocky is bribable, you can get him on several dates before he realizes he's your boyfriend. So, this is how easy he is to I'm not a boyfriend. Now, as for how it is to date the Rocky, according to my observations, it would be extremely hard, mainly because he'd constantly get into fights, get himself captured by big boobed women, especially dragons for some reason, not to mention he keeps spontaneously having children, so he'd be a bit hard to deal with, but I think he would be worth it. I'm a mercenary for hire. Difference I play. I was like, oh gosh, I don't know. You can get him on several dates before relationship. Source of these house, but regardless, it takes two to tangle Rocky, and as a result, you're extremely hard to date. Next. What do you mean hype train incoming? What's happening? I'm confused. Anyway, who wants to be next? What did we talk about? Hi Teddy, hello. We're talking about everyone's dateability rating. We just did Rocky, who is actually rather easy to get to date. He's he's actually kind of hard to date. Okay, so Agent Majin, simply because I don't have as much to go on with you, tell me, what would you do for a first date, and I will tell you what your dateability is. Though I do imagine that your dateability would be pretty easy, actually. You'd be pretty easy to get, so. Okay, so we got Agent Majin. Oh. And, okay, we got Coco Caster after that. I can't spell. Let's see, me, describe my OC. Yes, describe your OC, please, and I will see how dateability they are. We're just gonna call you Theo. I wonder where I would be on that. Well, we'll find out. Let's see. Teddy. Go to a nice restaurant and some kind of adventure experience, like a walk on the beach. So you'd be absurdly easy to date. You're the type of person, Agent Majin, that if a pretty girl or boy just knocked into you... Oh my god, we got Gummy in here! Everyone, look at Gummy. Gummy is beautiful, and also my Oshi. Support him. Cash, shout him out because I said so. Anyway. So, yeah, so you'd be really easy to date. You'd be like, you just walk into somebody and they'd be like, oh my god, and then there'd be all the eyes and sparkles and all that. And then, oh god, don't switch device. And as for like the actual dating, I think you'd also be pretty easy to date. You'd take them on a nice normal date and be completely fine about it. So it'd be easy to date, easy to obtain, easy to date. Coco Caster, because I actually talked to him. See, sadly, pretty boys won't work. I've earned the title of tragically hetero. Ah, damn, that means you're a medium. Oh shit, because you're gender locked. Damn. So you're slightly harder to date if you're a dude, but you'd be easy to date once you get started. Anyway, I heard the whispers. Yes, I'm giving everybody, Rinrin, I'm giving everybody a dateability rating. So next we have Coco Caster. Honestly, I think with Coco Caster, you'd have to actually put in some effort to get Coco Caster's attention, because as observant as he is, he doesn't always notice when someone is hitting on him. Therefore, so hey TD, hello at all. So with Coco Caster, you'd actually have to try a bit, He's also like a sweet guy, so you can't just, you have to plan, you have to maneuver, you have to scheme to get Coco Caster to date you. But once you do, he's actually very easy to date. Because he is sweet, you will have to go to the gym at some point, but he would be pretty nice as a boyfriend. He'd be nice, he wouldn't get into fights or spawn random children. He'd be great. Next, we have Theo. Let's see. Okay, so my OC is a 4'10", half cow, half human, androgynous cutie patootie who is a news anchor. That's really interesting. Okay, so with all of this information, you'd be surprisingly difficult. Not only would you, Theo, your OC would be harder to meet, but because of their inherent attractiveness, they'd be like, you would be very hard to basically get a hold of, because you have so many people around you that are complimenting how cute you are. You wouldn't take someone seriously if they asked you out. So you'd be actually pretty difficult to actually obtain as a partner. However, you'd be basically closer to medium when it comes to dateability, because you have a full-time job you have a full-time job as a news anchor, which means everyone sees your face. You also would have to be into wrestling to talk about you, to talk to you. And since not everyone is into wrestling, myself included, you'd be considered a medium for dating, because you don't want a partner that's eyes would glaze over when they talk to you. Also, Teddy, since I don't see you as much, you're gonna have to tell me what you would do for a first date now. I'll let you know your dateability. Cass, you might have to keep track of people for me so I can remember who's like in here, because I don't know who else wants to do it. So to explain, the title was a designated driver for friends. I drove a minivan and had a very effeminate gay guy, or a very feminine guy sit on my lap for an hour at a K-bar, and he was asking me constantly. This got no reaction, and it enraged the gays because, like, what the fuck, Roger doesn't even like men. I can't. Okay, Azure and Gummy. Okay, thank you. I was like, oh god, I lost track of everybody. Okay, so we have Azure and Gummy. Yep, there we go. Anyway, I received plenty of slander for one day. I'm gonna go cause trouble somewhere else. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Rocky. Bye. Also did snitch on Pixie as the CEO. All right, Rocky, thank you for stopping by. I'd either take someone on a date to a movie, ice cream place, or a nature trail. I see. Let's see, Teddy, you would be, I think you'd actually be pretty easy to date as long as the other person is a bit more forward. You'd probably be actually pretty easy to date. Like, cause you feel like the type of person that if someone is just direct with you, you'd be okay with it, and also if they were hot. So I feel like you would actually be pretty easy to to have as a partner. Now, when it comes to actually being the partner, you would be a medium, because you seem to be someone who actually, you know, likes to do things instead of staying at home cuddling. So as a result, you'd be a bit more of a medium. You wouldn't be able to be with any couch potatoes, which sadly slims down the options of dates, but that's okay. That's good. Yes, there's a good cuddle, but the fact that you mentioned a nature trail, you're over there with Coco Caster where you have to actually, you know, do stuff. Anyway, next we have Azure. Okay, so Azure would actually be hard to date, hard to obtain, because number one, you could, like, the reason that Azure would actually be pretty difficult to obtain is, number one, his cuteness is like the gravitational pull of the moon, and it will destroy your soul. And not only that, but you'd also have to fight people, because they too would like to possess the Azure. You'd have to fight people to keep from getting stolen. And then best of all, he might not even notice that you're hitting on him either, and he's also kind of shy sometimes. So you'd have to, one, catch him, number two, convince him you're serious in your feelings. Now, as for how it would be while you're dating him, this would be extremely hard. Now you're like, how? Because he's such a sweet, like, you know, cutie patootie. It's because his adorableness will give you a heart attack. He is a weapons grade, he's like a weapons grade adorable being, and he will kill you on sight with his cuteness. You're like, I can handle him, and then the minute he shows up in anything other than his usual attire, you will die. His cuteness is over 9,000. Not only that, he also has recently acquired the power of ASMR, so he's even more dangerous than he was before. I can't. Anyway. I like walks on nature trail, and it's nice to take a breath of fresh air and look at things. Yeah, the fact that you even want to go outside means you sadly can't have any of those delicious introverts. Yes, God help us. Next we have Gummy. So for Gummy, Gummy is actually extremely hard to date because he's too good for you. Gummy is extremely difficult to obtain because he's too good for you, because he is the perfect man. He is the perfect man in any way, and I will fight people. Like, he is sweet, he loves coffee, he looks great in a maid outfit, you know, the fact that he even already has an amazing girlfriend, because that girlfriend is the only other person who's just as perfect as Gummy is. Therefore, that's why they belong together. No one can has him except for Tayo. Anyway. Oh, Dark Souls trying to date. Yes, Azur's like the Dark Souls of dating. Could you put me on the extreme dateability on both sides, because of the fact that I'm a slot machine? I can't. As for actually dating, if you somehow were also the perfect being, when it comes to Gummy, he'd actually be pretty easy to date. He's a pretty chill dude, you know. He's chill, he's open-minded, he's patient. Also, hey Roderick, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Elder Dragon Mom Boss. How are you today? We're doing a dateability rating. If you want me to tell you how dateable you are, please let me know. You can always just tell me what you would do on a first date, and I would let you know how dateable you are. Anyway. Gummy is maximum difficulty because he's taken it. And if not, again, fuck you all. Anyway, we're tired of grabbing the bird. I can't. I'm autistic and can be a bit dense, so saying dating someone who's forward would work well. I have to add my disclosure. Hashtag this is not dating advice. It's like, it's not financial, it's not dating advice. Anyway, so next we have Roderick. Okay, oops. All right, so with Roderick, you'd wonder how easy is it to obtain the Roderick? It would be medium, because number one, he's French, so he does have a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to. Also, thank you very much for the lurk. I greatly appreciate it. So because number one, he is French, number two, he keeps grabbing birds, and number three, he is French. So he'd actually be pretty hard to obtain because he might not even understand that you're trying to date him in the first place. Also, he's like the size of a peppercorn, so there's also that. But he does have a love for sleeping in drawers because, you know, he's the size of a peppercorn. So when it comes to actually dating Roderick, he would actually be pretty medium. You do have to have at least some standards. You're also going to have to keep him away from any place that does have birds in it. But when it comes to actually dating him, he's able to cook. So there's that. The downside is the stuff he cooks is also French. So, you know, there's that negative there. However, but overall, I think you'd have a very healthy relationship. So even though it will be tinged with the taint of the French, he'll be a very cute boyfriend. Moving on. As for a first date, I would either take someone on a walk through the city or the forest and eat together at a cute restaurant. See, look at that shit. It's killing people. See, depending on the time of day, the French... I can't. Oh, Roderick, I have some... Disclosure, this is strictly for the disclosure, this is strictly for the funny and not actually dating advice. Exactly, this is just for the funny, so you're not wrong. I do not get it. see I'm really good at this. Anyway, who else would like to have their dateability rating? Hey Chaos, hello. Have you ever used your phone to text your partner to call your phone because you find it goddamn getting old? So yeah, I've done that before. Added the pin to be okay, no problem. Anyway, but oh yeah, I gotta put Cass in here. I do, please, madam. Okay, there's Ion. Tell me, what would you do for a first date? And I will let you know what your dateability rating is. Let me put Cass in here because he said it as a joke, but it's too late. It's too late to apologize. Cass. All right, so Cass is the dateability rating. Honestly, I feel like Cass, like, if you actually just kind of make it known, he'd be like slightly difficult because, you know, he has actual standards, but honestly, actually getting cast to date you would actually be pretty easy. Now, as for the dateability, it would be very, very, very difficult. You want to know why? It's because he's a little troll. He's a little troll. He will put you in random places and you can't do anything about it. He keeps making memes that you will never understand. Therefore, he's actually kind of hard to date. But if you have the patience, the will, and the determination, you can make that little bean happy. Anyway. Yeah, at the very bottom. No, it's too late. I will go to a coffee shop on the first date. Okay. Now, as for Zion here, even though we basically just met for the first time, I feel your dateability would actually be pretty easy. You want to know why? It's because you seem like someone who'd be perfectly good at having meet cutes, which basically means like if someone just kind of bumps into you at the right time, you'd probably let them take you out on a date. And now when it comes to Now when it comes to dateability, this would also be pretty easy as well. You'd have some nice casual dates. You don't have to have really high expectations or a lot of money. Just probably meeting every couple of days would be good, but make sure that you do text Zion constantly. Otherwise, you know, they might feel sad and depressed and think there's something wrong with them. So make sure to be nice and attentive. Next. This is my life. Anyway, anybody else want to be date rated? Dated? I'm not gonna put myself on the list because I would be off the chart. I'm too far off the chart. Where you're wrong, Mom, is that I can't be stopped. I will push you from the bed to steal it. The reason why I didn't steal your bed is because you're too big. Well, that's what you get for being a peppercorn. Ah, we have Nomad. I say. Next, so we have Nomad. So for Nomad, like sadly does actually have a bit of scrutiny and standards, so they would actually be pretty difficult. Anyone else want to learn from their data build? Sounds but yeah, so they'd actually be pretty difficult because number one, Nomad is an artist. As an artist, they are also cured. Well, sorry, not cured, but they're also a bit cursed. So you will have to deal with them wanting to draw you at some point, and there is danger in that. Also, you know, like they have a hilarious sense of humor. And they also have a tendency to yap. So they can't just be with anyone. They'd have to be with someone who appreciates art. So if you're an AI enthusiast, I'm sorry, this is not going to cut it. Also, you're going to have to be like extra on point and with them, because, you know, with Nomad, they may accidentally slot you into the friend territory if you are not very, like, you know, expressive about it. If you're not like, hey, by the way, I would like to have a romantic and maybe even sexual relationship with you at some point, if you do not use those words specifically, Nomad might misunderstand. Now, as for actual dating, this is also quite difficult because you will have to share your time with them, because people will want them to draw things for free, and you will have to deal with the frustration that Nomad will feel with people not being good about artists. And then on top of that, you will have to give Nomad plenty of snacks and water and make sure that he sleeps. You have to make sure that Nomad sleeps, eats, and also like fixes their posture. Otherwise, they will turn into an actual literal shrimp. And unless you're a shrimpophile, you really don't want that to happen. So be good, be safe, and make sure that you take care of Nomad, because Nomad does not take care of themselves. Next. Anyway, who else would like to know their dateability rating? If you're someone who's new, just let me know what you would have your first date be, and I can tell you how dateable you are. Ow. I, like, moved my leg weird. Oh, Lord. If worst comes to worst, I will start putting my OCs in here, so if you're actually curious about any of my OCs, I will also put them on here. I will do it. I will put my OCs on here and explain why they are or not dateable. So if you're curious about any of the OCs I have, I will also put them on here. Be like, how dateable is this person? Jackson. Okay, we're gonna put Jackson on here. Like you said me, oh, thank you. I volunteer to throw Triple under the bus. Though, even though he's there, yeah, we can put Triple in here. So 1 second. So we could put we're gonna put Triple in here. Triple, Jackson. I like to clarify that I go to the gym and eat healthy sometimes. Anyway, my first date would be a coffee shop or a pizza date. Oh, that's cute. They're like, oh no. Anyway, so now as for Triple, now the thing is, you would think Triple would actually be easy, but no. Triple would actually be medium because number one, Triple has been friend zoned so much he's a little bit psychically damaged from the entire process. So when it comes to that, Triple is actually slightly harder to date because you'd have to be not only very clear in your intentions, but you're gonna have to ignore the amazing gravitational pull of his butt. Therefore, Oreos are delicious. I'm sorry, you're not sorry. Now, as for what he would be like to date, funny enough, once you get past his glorious defenses that he keeps putting up for some reason, then he's actually really easy to date. Triple would be a very great boyfriend. Now, also do keep in mind that, well, no, he'd actually be medium because he does need reassurances sometimes. Solely because, you know, he is the most adorable bottom that has ever bottomed, but you have to be aware that he has a 1% top that will come out of nowhere when you least suspect it. So if you are insecure in your own topitude, he will topple you, and you don't want that to happen. So be on your guard when it comes to Triple J in particular. So we got Chaos in here too. Let me get Chaos down here. Now, okay, so Chaos. Now, I'm gonna go in with Jackson. Now, Jackson, when it comes to actually dating him, would actually be very easy because Jackson is a very horny man. So if you want Jackson to be your boyfriend, not only is he fine with women, he is also fine with men. So if you are any of the genders, just saying, hey, Jackson, are you down to clown? And he's like, hell yeah, honk honk, let's go. Now, as for keeping the man, keeping him would actually be a bit difficult. The reason why is because Jackson, once you get past his initial jokery, he is a sad puppy. So you're gonna have to be able to be emotionally available for him and also deal with the fact that he will be very protective of you. Not to the point where he doesn't want you to talk to people, but if you complain about him too much about anybody at your job, he will show up with a baseball bat. So keep in mind that you will have to be aware that he will be violently protective of you if he thinks that you're in danger. This includes beating up your boss, finding your ex-boyfriend and slashing his tires, as well as blowing up your neighbor that was looking at you creepily that one time when you were 12. He will do that for you, so do keep that in mind. And yes, he does this regardless of gender. Moving on. I think my favorite phrase is regardless of gender. Anyway, next we have Chaos. Now you're like, how easy would it be to obtain Chaos? It would actually be difficult because it's not a challenge for Chaos. It would be a challenge for you because you will have to deal with the fact that Chaos will inundate you with horrifyingly bad jokes. My queen is that, like, he's so, yeah, oh, Jackson is adorable. He is like that. He's also like that for his friends. But yeah, Jackson is he would be a very cute boyfriend. He's the type of guy that would make sure to remember all of the important dates, including any time you've done anything really special. He'd literally try to remember everything, being like, yeah, this is like that one time you almost choked on gum and I gave you the Heimlich maneuver. Remember that? No? Well, that's fine. I remember that. Here's a pack of gum. Anyway. But yeah, so Chaos would be rather hard to obtain because you'd have to ask yourself every single time he says a weird dad joke, do I want this in my life? But if you're someone who thinks that these jokes are funny and laugh every time, truthfully, I think it'd be good. Now, as for the ongoing datitude, it'd be kind of medium because then you'd have to also deal with the sheer fact that several people will want to murder Chaos because of Chaos's sense of humor. So if you do have fighting skills, this would be a plus. at least you'd have a very fun time, because remember, laughter is the best medicine. So if you actually like the jokes, you and also he does cook, therefore it will be worth it, because remember, he can't tell dad jokes if he's eating food. But overall, he's also very sweet. The fact that he does go out of his way to make these jokes is because he wants you to laugh, and that's actually something very precious and cute. Therefore, Chaos would be a very cute partner. Next. If anyone else wants to be added to the list, make sure to let me know, please. Anyway. Like I said, but you can say for yourself, or if you want to know any of my characters, I will also let you know their dateability rating. We have just found out about Jackson that if you ever somehow got to Daniel, oh god. All right, we're gonna put Daniel in here. Oh Jesus. Let's see, Daniel and Radio. So we got Theo. Also, I will admit, I scream like a 50s housewife from cartoons when I see a spider. That's adorable. Oh my god. Yeah, that's why you're staying here, everyone. I can hear the regretted voice with your tail. I'll take my chances. Okay, and then we got TD. So we got TD in here. All right. So Daniel, you're like, how easy is it to date Daniel? Daniel is extremely difficult because number one, Daniel has a he has a past. He also does have a bit of a bias against men because he has a past with a older man. So as a result, he is very hard to date, not only because he has a bias against men, not to say he will not date men because he is of the sexuals, but the other issue he has is that he always thinks that everyone is basically beneath him. So he feels like he can and will manipulate and gaslight, gatekeep, and girl boss his way through a relationship. And he will also take your money. So there's that. So obtaining him is a bit of a pain. Now, if you do somehow manage to obtain the Daniel and also not get robbed or have your credit be destroyed in the process, hi there, Lyrico, hello. Now, how would it be to date him? It would also be extremely difficult because you'd have to basically worry about him still actively trying to rob you. The only exception is me, solely because I am a Eldritch Dragon and he sees me as a goddess. So he doesn't do this to me because I have nothing to steal. But Daniel is very difficult to date if you do manage to get into a relationship with him. Also, hey there, Unlimited Lux. Hello. Welcome in. How are you? My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Eldritch Dragon mom boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Now, and again, Daniel, it would look great on your arm, but nowhere else. Now, he does have cooking skills. He will take care of you, but you might have to worry about him poisoning you when he gets bored of you. So keeping his interest, as well as the fact that he does secretly like trolling people, can make him a bit of a pain. So if you want him, you can try. He may not be worth it, but if you somehow survive him poisoning you, destroying your credit, and maybe killing your mom, he could be really sweet because he likes cuddling. He doesn't like going out on dates outside. He prefers to stay home. Next. Oh god, I gotta do the... I just realized I have more than one Giovanni. Oh god. Anyway. Let's see here. We got Giovanni Arc Inch. Oh god, I can't wait to get to that way. So anyway, so when it comes to Dio, now if you're like, who's Dio? Dio is Radio Demon. He is my number one employee. He is a complete suck up. So when it comes to dating him, it would actually be quite easy. Basically, he's very agreeable. He is very sweet and very cute. So he would actually be pretty easy to date. Just say, hey, I like you, let's go out, and he'd be okay with that. And when it comes to dating, also very easy. Now, basically he'll do whatever you want to do, but he might sometimes surprise you with something adorable when you didn't expect it. Next. Let's see. Next we have TD. Now, the way I see it is because the TD is also a sufferer of the arts, he'd actually still be in the medium category as when it comes to dateability, solely because, you know, he does have an autistic eye. He will let you know if something's a little bit weird. He also does have very strong protective feelings. So, and then also you still have to be very direct when you tell TD that you like him romantically, because his self-esteem may prevent him from thinking that you're actually honest about it. So make sure you are clear saying, TD, I would like to date you romantically, and also maybe coat you in butter when you're not looking. Now, as for actual dating, he would actually be pretty easy because he's very chill, very laid back. Yes, people will go after him for his art sometimes, but he's actually pretty good about that. So he'd be very fun to spend time with, very good at cuddling, and also just pretty knowledgeable on random stuff. And he will warn you when stupid crap is going down on Twitter. Can I add that I tend to trust maniacally, so would it be difficult to obtain? Where are you? Where's Cass? Nah, you still be about the same. But don't worry about it. Also, Lyrico, if you would like to know your date ability, let me know. So now we have Giovanni R. Inch, who is just my human version of the Grinch. Now you're wondering, how easy would it be to date this man? It would be extremely difficult because, number one, he has no interest in dating because he is a man who's about that cash. He wants that money. So you're going to have to basically present as someone who is worth his money and his time. If you don't wear your clothes properly, if you have a smudge on your shirt, he will not even acknowledge your existence. I stole the semis. Get away from my bed, you little peppercorn. Second, he also just has a rotten personality and he's weird about his dog. So he might not be worth dating, but if you get past it because he is kind of sexy, how would he be to date? Funny enough, he would be difficult, but not impossible, because once you date him, that means he has decided that you are worth his time. So he will take you only on expensive dates. You will never catch this man at a Burger King. You will never catch him at a movie. He will literally have he will take you to a live play or the opera, but you are not going to see a Marvel movie with this man. So if you're someone who can't go on a date with someone who has impossibly high standards, don't date him. But he is also fine with being your sugar daddy, as long as you understand that you will never get to wear jeans again. I know a lot of folks. How about Dahlia? Okay, oh god, Dahlia would be something. Dahlia. Thank you for that description. No problem. I'm curious to hear what you think as well. Okay, let's put Lyrico in here. All right, so Dahlia is extremely hard to obtain. Now, I'm not talking about to sleep with. She's actually pretty easy to sleep with. But if you're trying to get a relationship with her, it's very difficult, simply because she is not really interested in people past maybe a first or second night stand. Anything beyond that, she tends to lose interest very quickly unless you happen to be her type. And not only that, you're also going to have to deal with the fact that there are several beta boys, regardless of gender, who will basically warn you, maybe you don't want to catch this. But if you still want to be with her, she's extremely difficult. Now, the reason why she's so extremely difficult to date is because you will not be exclusive with her. You will be indoctrinated into her weird vampire polycule at the most. And you will also, if you are not turned into a vampire, you will be the designated snack. And she will treat you as such. However, if you get along with everyone else in the polycule and also your blood is tasty, she will be nice to you and you get to live at her house where she will take care of you. You will have to fake your death so she doesn't have to deal with you going to work. But other than that, it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. Next, we have Lyrico, my favorite flashlight. Don't let his human form fool you. He's actually a AA battery flashlight under all of that. They're probably wondering, how easy would it be to obtain the Lyrico? It would be medium because, number one, you would have to be, you would have to be a woman, like you would, sadly. And not only that, you'd hope, like, he also has a penchant for women who are coded as purple. I don't know why. I think it's the ultraviolet lighting. Faking my death is a very funny thing I have in mind. I can't. So yeah, so you would you probably being a purple coated MILF would be a bit more easy to date him. If you're not that, it would be a bit harder. Now, as for actually dating Lyrico, it would actually be pretty easy because all you gotta do is just pick him up and carry him somewhere. He's very light. He's very light in both sense of the words. And now the only thing is sometimes you may have to deal with, you know, him having protagonist moments, but outside of that, he's actually pretty easy to date. He's very chill. He's very adorable as well. But he's very adorable, has nice fashion sense, and it's just very easy to coat in butter. So all these are no, he's not white. He's light with an L. L is for loser. No, he's not a loser. He's a winner. You want to know why? Because he wears red. Red is the color of winners and violence. But he's not violent. Now, also, don't let him accidentally smack you because he has a random spike on his palms on his hands for some reason. But outside of that, he'd never do it intentionally because he's just that nice of a guy. Yeah. So yeah. So he would be kind of like medium hard to like approach because again you'd have to be his type, but if you are that type, he's very easy to date. Next. Anyway, why must we coat him in animal fat? It's not animal fat. Oh, I mean it is. It's to make him tastier. That's a requirement. Like, I know it may not seem like it, but Lurico secretly likes being coated in butter. Trust me, bro. Is a like coated Wolverine. Got it. Exactly. Also make sure to feed Lurico AA batteries every once in a while so he doesn't fall asleep on you forever. Lurico's like, Sammy, stop making up bullshit about my lore. I'm like, no. What do you mean? I'm not a dumpling. How dare you? You know, dumpling. Lurico's just like facepalm. I let this happen. Don't forget to feed me, Mom. Okay, honey. Okay, honey. Snacks from the pantry. Anyway, next. Oh, I don't have anybody else. Anybody else want to know their dateability? Or any of my characters, if you want to know any of the characters' dateability, that also works too. That's first. No, that's not mine. That's not mine. You know, the pantry. Honey, just get the stepladder. It's like we were having a whole conversation. I can't even type in chat. Also, feel free to do me as well as you want. Okay, no problem. Yeah, let's do Pulse. Let's see here. All right. How do I know? How do you know my responses? Because I know you very well. Now you're wondering, like, now you would think that Pulse would actually be pretty easy to date, but no. He's actually, like, he's not extremely difficult, but he's slightly oh, triple, already did you, you're great. Anyway, so Pulse is hard to date. Now you're probably wondering why. Number one, you may not know this, but Pulse is a protagonist. He is one of those superpowered protagonists. So that means he has standards. So you can't just be anybody. You can't just be anybody. You gotta be someone that can take on a protagonist. And also at least have sizable boobs. we can't be doing no flat track here. So you have to deal with the fact that he's a protagonist, that he is powerful, but he's also versatile as well. Also, it was very hilarious. Baseball. Now, like he would be a little bit difficult, and also again, because of the chronic friend zoning, he will have to be direct. You'll have to be like, Pulse, I would like you carnally, so that way he fully understands just how much you would like his Pulse meat. Now, when it comes to actually dating him, sadly, it would be very easy. Because once you actually, like, once the man knows that you are interested in the dateability and will actually bang him at one point, he is surprisingly fun to date. Antagonists have done things. No, you're a protagonist because I said so. He'd actually be very easy to date. He's very useful. You can use him to jump your car batteries, as well as throw him at the sun if the sun is getting in your way. He's surprisingly durable, you know, and because of his hilarious protagonist powers, you can get away with a lot of shenanigans, and he'd take you on very unconventional dates. So yeah, Post would be a very fun boyfriend once you got past the fact that he is just a very chaotic protagonist. Let's see, so we got Post. One second. Okay, so we got Post. Vashti. Don't tell Vashti anything I said about her. Post's dateability is easy. He is the anime father and I can't. Also, Triple, I said for you that you were, wait, is Vashti in here? Crap, I can't talk shit about Vashti if she's in here. Let me find Triple again. Triple, I said you were kind of difficult. You're like medium solely because of your chronic friend zoning, that someone will have to be very direct with you. But once, like, you know, you are obtained, you'd be a pretty decent boyfriend, even though you will need constant reassurance as well as head pats, and also be aware of your 1% top that will come out of nowhere. Anyway, she's lurking. Ah, shit. Well, it's too late. It's too late to apologize. Anyway, let's go ahead and do Post. If you're wondering who Post is a half vampire, half human. Now, how it would actually be when it comes to actually like dating, like Azure the Dragon. I can't. Azure the Dragon. I can't. Anyway, when it comes to Post would actually be slightly difficult to date, simply because he has to actually, you know, be interested in you. If you're too nice to him, he'll think you're boring, but if you're too mean to him, he'll basically start trying to stab you in the kidney. So he's slightly hard to obtain as a boyfriend. But as for when it comes to actually dating him, because he does have standards, he's slightly difficult to date. Not too hard, not too easy. He definitely does. He is up for new experiences, but he also may snack on you, and he will take you to places that are dangerous for humans but not for him. As well as, if you have bad fashion, he will drug you and put you in better outfits, so be aware of that. If you are against someone drugging you, maybe don't date the half vampire boy. That's very accurate. I have no complaints about the assessment. Good. All right, next we are Azura. Let me put Azura in here. Let's see, we have Azura. Okay, next we have Vashti. I keep forgetting to put the freaking T in her name. Good lord. Okay, so now for Vashti would be very difficult. Now, you want to know why Vashti would be very difficult? Number one, she has standards. Number two, you gotta actually be, you know, smoking hot. You can't just be an average Joe and think you're gonna have a chance with Vashti. She's basically a goddess, so you can't just walk up to her being Joe Schmo, being like, hey there Vashti, let me take you out for some cigarettes. No, you gotta have some class. You have to have some class. You gotta be funny. You gotta be witty. You gotta be sexy. Having abs might also help. Probably not G.I. Joe's either. You know, we can't say she's into guys in the military. Unlike me, she does not have a particular weakness for uniforms, so you're gonna have a harder time with that. You gotta just treat her well. You gotta treat her good. And you also have to actually, you know, be sexy and be good at the sexy, because she does actually like the sexy, unlike me. So there's also that. So you can't just be some weird, awkward, like, you know, squishy weenie baby going up there, and also be of proper age. Now, as for how, like, when it comes to dating the Vashti, it would also be extremely difficult. You want to know why? Because you're gonna have to deal with Vashti's harem. Because you can't be going up to Vashti thinking you're gonna be the only one. Hell no. You're gonna have to deal with her harem. So you're gonna have to schedule your time with her. And also make sure you don't skip on that tribute. You gotta give her a tribute at least once a week. It could be money, it could be food, it could be condoms. Who knows? Ask her. But make sure don't just give her condoms. That's weird. But anyway, now the good news is also the gender doesn't matter. So going ahead, everybody just join Vashti's harem and leave me alone. Next. Also, she is a YouTuber, so also be ready to get randomly moaned at some point. Anyway, next. Do. Okay, so next we have Azura. Honestly, I feel because Azura is just the very best, she would actually be pretty hard to obtain. Like, you can't just say you like Azura, because a lot of people like Azura. You have to be specific, but not only specific, you got to be worthy of them. You want to know why? Because Azura is also a dragon. When it comes to us dragons, you can't just willy-nilly walk up to us and be like, hey, yo, I think it's sexy. That we already know. We already know. So you got to be good. Also, give her fun stuff. give them fun stuff, and it'll be great. Also, like, it also helps if you're cute. So none of this weird, you know, daddy dom nonsense. No, you gotta be cool. You gotta be chill. You gotta be fun. And also, you gotta like video games. That would be mom's fault. Now, as for actually dating Azura, actually, it'd be like, it wouldn't be super easy, but it would be pretty versatile. Azura would be pretty fun to date, solely because like she's also very, like, you know, very accommodating, very fun, and also just Suno. Oh god. Ugh, I gotta put Suno in here. Jesus Christ. Suno. Anyway, but yeah, so but you'd be able to play all sorts of games, and even if you couldn't play games, Azura would play games with you, and you could just watch and talk and have fun. Also, extra points for tail cuddles. So if you like being tail cuddled, Azura has the chunkiest tail I've ever seen, so she would be great for tail cuddling and just hanging out, playing video games, being good at hugs. Also, massive booba, and if you like them scales, get on it. Next. The immediate voice of why. So I would debate on who's blue friend. I can't. Next, we have Suno. Now, Suno is a tiny Fumo who is also like a Roman soldier or something. Now, how easy would Suno would be to date? Extremely hard. You want to know why? Because Suno is the size of a freaking football. The first thing you'd want to do is kick and or throw him, and also his weird Fumo knowledge, and he would also talk about history that you wouldn't care about. But despite him having weird little nubby hands, he would also just build furniture for some reason and brew beer. I don't understand him, but if you could get past all of that, go for it. What's poppin', girly pop? I like your face and I want to put it in my man moves. Winky face claps her. They're a chicken. I mean, that would work on me. Like chickens, ring pops, that would work. Anyway, now how would it be to date Suno? Also, very difficult. Because you would have to, wait. Yeah, also very difficult because number one, you could lose this guy in a vending machine. You could look, wait, I forgot I have to take my wings off when I'm over here. I forgot I have like, everything's like in the way. But anyway. But yeah, he's a Fumo. You can lose him a vending machine as well as a carnival. So your date selections will be very small because you can lose him at any moment. He's very interesting to talk to, and he will stab people in the ankles. So yeah. So if you're perfectly fine with dating a tiny stuffed animal, Fumo's your guy. Or sorry, Sumo's your guy. Suno. I can't say his name. Anyway, next. And that's how you lose the obtainable. Anyway. How would it be to date drunken Semi? Don't date me. But yeah, it's Suno, but he's a Fumo stuffed person. He's very small. He's over there with Cass being like 6 inches tall. He's very small, but he's also very adorable. Whenever he decides, he's like over there with like he's over there with Rocky. He seems more aggressive than he is. So I mean, yeah, you can punt him. That's fine. You know what? No, what are we wanting? No, nobody dates me. I'm not even on the chart. Anyway, who else do you want to know about? So I can go steal her stuff? No. Okay, we can put Hemi on here. We can put him on here. Hemi. No, stop it. Hemi. So, So Hemi is, if you're wondering who is Hemi, Hemi is basically the male version of me from another dimension where everybody's genders are flipped. Unless you're like NB, then it's the same. So when it comes to Hemi, Hemi is basically a big old muscular dark-skinned man with horns and a tail. He's also dumber than me because I said so. So when it comes to dateability, his dateability is actually kind of hard. Now you're like, why? It's because he's very dumb and will not realize that you're actually dating and will literally act like you're just his manager. Not to mention, you will have to keep him from randomly eating people, which he will do. But he is, and also he's very protective of anybody he has deemed his child, even if they themselves do not realize they have been adopted. So yeah, you could ask him on a date and he's like, nah fam, you're my kid now. 10 minutes? What's in 10 minutes? Anyway. 10 minutes for what? What are we 10-minuting? Anyway. As for actually dating, female triple, oh god. Let's see, and then when it comes to actually dating him, it is actually extremely difficult because once he does realize that you are dating him, which will take him at least 10 years, once he figures out that he is 10 minutes for what? Or 9 minutes for, I mean, till noon, I guess? I don't know. Anyway. Once Hemi realizes that he is dating you, he will become a nightmare. He will worry about you constantly, and because he has the same powers that I do, including teleportation as well as portals, he will check up on you randomly and will eat your boss. I've returned. What did I miss? Why is everyone saying 10 minutes? I don't know. But yeah, Hemi will be very protective of you. He will butter you for your own safety, and if need be, he will basically lock you in the basement that doesn't exist, but it's for your own good. Other than that, he does have awkward dad vibes, so there's that. So if you do date him, he will give you weird dad vibes regardless. I'm so sorry. What else? He is also very comfortable in his masculinity, so if you see him periodically in women's clothing, it's because it's fine. Shiro? Wait, who's Shiro? I don't know who that is. Who is that? But yeah. Also, he will randomly bring you things like a dog. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I know like 5 Shiros. Yeah, Shiro. If you do, he would be fine with it after you basically explain that's what you're doing. Otherwise, he'll just wonder why you're after his butt. Let's make for the care combo. Oh god, my spine. Okay, so I stretch. I don't know what my posture is doing, and I drink my tea. Okay, so now when it comes to Shiro, Shiro is a very lovely fox VTuber who is super adorable. When it comes to actually getting her to date you, it'd be slightly difficult just because so many people think she's so sexy all the time that you have to stand out to basically prove that you are the one for her. And she's also just, you also will have to kind of try not to, you know, die from how cute she is. Ah, shit. We got a dragon purr. Let's see if I can do it today. Okay. Okay, let me try. There you go. That was my best attempt today. It's kind of hard for me to do sometimes. Now, once you date the glorious Shiro, who is a glorious, adorable little floofy cyborg, how would it be to actually be her reoccurring partner? Actually, I think it'd be pretty easy, honestly. Simply because, like, if you know her interests, she's very easy to get along with. And she's just, I don't know, she's just so adorable. But, like, if you know her interests, like, you know, the thing that I shall not name, as well as Gundam, she's actually really fun to hang out with. It's just super cute. She loves cuddles and she's very soft and cute despite her having a metal endoskeleton. But other than that, she's really adorable. So yes, obtaining the Shiro might be a little difficult, but Once you do, she'll be the best. I'm growing more connected by the second. Anyway, man, this is a weird list. Yang. Oh, I don't know about Yang. Cyber Fox, yeah. Let's see. Yang. I have to think. I think Yang has like, I think Yang would actually be like not super easy, but like I still can't believe that. I cannot remember. Oh god. I think with Yang, like Yang won't just go with anybody. You got to be like actually specifically interested in the Yang. Also, Yang is like hilariously perverted, so like you can't just be like walking up there. You gotta be good. Plus, Yang is also like hilarious switch everywhere, so you have to be comfortable in your own sexuality, or else she will spin circles around you like Shaquille O'Neal. Now, when it comes to actually like being with Yang, I think that would actually be pretty hard, just because you will have to be open-minded, because sometimes she will be curious about things and basically just get you to do stuff. If you're not sure and if you're not open to other experiences, you will not have a good time. Also, she knows a lot about fate, so there's that. So, like, not the easiest to date, but if you're into her, you'd love it. Also, giant booba. Gigantic booba. Everybody, like, also Shiro, also gigantic booba. That also adds. So if you are a booba person, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, dang, I'm like at the end. I don't know, because I said you can also ask about any of my fictional characters as well. So you can ask about yourselves or anybody in the community, as well as any of my OCs. Let's see here. Kippy, oh god. Let's see, we got Kippy, King Tao, Laura. Speaking of what now? Oh, to noon? Okay. Alright. I'm gonna have to like make this go down further. Oh god. Put this down here. Oops. Oh god. Oh dear. I need let's just do all this. What was I doing? Oh. Okay. So I'm expanding the stuff here. Okay. Oop, nope. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. There we go. No, I already did Jackson. I did Jackson earlier. Oh god damn it. Yeah, no, I already did Jackson and Daniel earlier. That's not mine. I can't do stuff for characters that aren't like. I can't do stuff for characters like that aren't mine. That's a little too much. Because like that would be like how I would date them, but I don't know. It's basically other VTubers that I actually know, you guys, or my OCs. But anything outside of that's a little too much for me. I know, but I'm expending energy on stuff, and stop stealing my stuff. Anyway. But yeah, I did Jackson earlier. Jackson would be a surprisingly good boyfriend. Was it? Okay, so we got Kippy. Kippy would sadly be difficult to date, because number one, the thing about Kippy is that you got to make sure, he doesn't hurt himself. He needs constant supervision, and then also again, he's another one where you have to be very, very. Oh, I did Dahlia already too. But like, so when it comes to Kippy, like he'd actually be kind of difficult. Like you'd have to be super clear. You'd have to also make sure he doesn't hurt himself or get lost or get kidnapped, So that's the thing about Kippy, is like Kippy is like, you know, you got to make sure he's okay. Now, once you are with the Kippy, he's not like super hard to date, but again, the same, you'll have to continuously watch over him to make sure he doesn't get lost in the mall or something, or randomly get mistaken for somebody else. So when it comes to Kippy, it is borderline babysitting, because he is adorable, but he is also very easy to lose in a crowd. So put a leash on him and he'll be good. Next, we have King Tao. Now, you would think with him being a king, he'd be surprisingly hard to date, but no, he'd be very easy to get. Just you know, it'd be easier if you have boobs, but all you gotta do is just take your boobs in your hands, jiggle them a little bit, and he's all yours. If you do not have boobs to jiggle, just, you know, get a phone or something and just show him that. It'll be fine. So yeah, get a leash for Kippy. That has technically worked for me. I can find anyone in the crowd. Oh god. And now when it comes to actually dating Tao, that would also be very easy. I tricked him into watching Cocaine Crabs that one time, and he was surprisingly chill with it and has yet to block me. So he'd be very easy to date. Also, he's pretty chill despite him being a king of a kingdom very, very far away. He actually is a pretty down-to-earth guy. You can take him out for cheap dates. You can feed him, you know, you can take him for walks, and like, you know, basically just treat King Tao like a dog and he will be happy. Next we have Laura. Now, Laura is one of the cute little blondes of my household. She's not shy, but she is very quiet. So when it comes to her, she's not super easy to date. She's slightly difficult because you have to be patient with her. The thing about Laura is that she's not shy, she's traumatized. So she has to get used to her, and you have to get, like, you have to get used to her, she has to get used to you, and you are gonna have to kind of, after you basically state your interests, you're gonna have to wait for her to be comfortable with you. So you can't be too forward with her. You can't just, you know, scoop her up or whatever. She will panic and freeze you by accident. You gotta be patient. You know, you have to say, hey, like, honestly, she's the type that if you just give her a letter, she would be happiest. So if you just write her a handwritten letter saying, hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but call me maybe. She'd be sweet. Like, and also you do have to be able to play video games with her. So you do have to take it slow with Laura when it comes to trying to date her. You did not just sing that song. Don't worry. But honestly, if you just leave a letter for her, it'll be a lot easier for her to basically have time to process, and make sure to put your location so she can find you. But when she does, she is pretty receptive to romantic feelings. Now, when it comes to dating her, that's actually kind of hard. Because a lot of times people mistake her for being shy when she isn't. She's actually pretty outgoing. It's just she's scared of people that remind her of her abusive brother. But once you date her, she's actually pretty outgoing. She would like to go places with you, play video games with you, and she would like head pats. But do not head pat her just because you want to. No, let her work for it. Give her a task, regardless of what that task is, and then give her the head pat. If you give her unwarranted head pats, she'll think you're looking down on her. Don't do that to my girl. Be proper. Also, she does like baking. She's not as good as D'Angel, but she's getting there. She does like taking care of people, cleaning up after people, as well as, you know, she doesn't like cuddling per se, but she does love holding hands. So, because cuddling is a little too constricting for her, but if you're okay with it, she loves holding hands and leaning on you. So that is as close as she prefers to get when it comes to physical touch, but that alone does actually make her extremely happy, because for her, no one has ever held her hand, and so for her, like, while other people prefer hugs, she likes hand holding. Yee. Anyway, next we have Ray. Oh dear god. So we have Ray, who is in accounting. I'll protect her with every fiber of my being. So we have Ray. Ray, unlike Jackson, is extremely difficult to date, solely because he is vehemently against dating. He doesn't see the point. He thinks it's stupid. He doesn't want to. If you are going to hang out with him, you have to start as a friend. You cannot just walk up to this man right off the bat, say, hey there, you're sexy fam. He will close his laptop and walk away with you without a word. You have to try to be his friend first. Yes, with Ray, you must enter the friend zone. Oh, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go, but I really enjoyed myself here for, and here's a little something again. See you soon. Thank you very much, Theo. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the bits. And I hope you enjoyed your time. You have a very good day. Now, when it comes to dating Ray, if you somehow get past the Iron Fortress that is his will, he's kind of hard to date. The reason why is because he is not someone who likes any type of physical affection whatsoever. He does not like touch one little bit. He doesn't. Yes, he tolerates Jackson because Jackson is a hugger, but for the most part, he does not like anybody touching him. He doesn't like that, and he also doesn't like anybody doing anything for him. So if you want to get him anything for your anniversary or anything like that, he is not a fan. However, paradoxically, Ray loves basically taking care of you. So he will maniacally and methodically remember every single anniversary, your birthday, your mom's birthday, like your job anniversary, your dating anniversary, your dentist anniversary. He will meticulously keep track of all of that, and he will give you gifts. He will not tell you that's why. So sometimes you will get a gift for an anniversary for something minor and he will not know. We're not putting grandma on here. Anyway, so you will have to deal with the fact that he is very much on the giving side of things and doesn't like any type of intimacy. He will eventually break down and let you touch him, but it takes him a very long time because he feels like he is unworthy of affection because of his weird toxic family. So for him, it's a lot of effort for him to even get to the point where he will even want to hold hands. But if you're patient with him, let him take care of you, let him feel like he's earned your love, eventually you can hold hands and maybe even kiss him a little. He is also not restricted by gender. He thinks everyone is equally gross. Catsy, we can put Angel Catsy in here. We have Catsy. Okay, so when it comes to Angel Catsy, basically for him, he's like, he's kind of hard to date because you're gonna have to deal with the fact that his weird femboy pheromones get everywhere. like not only that, but he's also like furry or furry adjacent. He does have a furry form that you're gonna have to deal with. So if you do not like having potential furballs, you're gonna have to deal with that. So there's that. So if you don't want random furballs, then oh well, whoopsie doodle. Yeah, Ray's equally against everything. But Catsy's very cute, very adorable, and also very fun to talk to. He is a bit on, you are gonna have to deal with his weird Gen Z lingo sometimes, but other than that, you're really good. He also does, he likes a lot of stuff. Can relate with Ray. I'll say there, Raul? Hi, welcome in. My name is Sammy Enigma. I'm an Elder Dragon Mom Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Anyway. Now, when it comes to like actually dating, honestly, he's pretty easy to date in my opinion. You will have to deal with the fact that people keep going to hit on and kidnap him, but other than that, he's actually very sweet, very adorable, very fun to talk to, and very affectionate. So if you like, you know, snuggling, cuddling, and covering him in various kinds of butter, he'll totally be into it. Next, this is a very long list. Like, good lord, there's a long list. Yeah, you could just give him a nice trim and he'll be good to go. But because he is also a furry, you can also just, you know, cuddle up to him in the winter and you'll be nice and warm. Like, just trim him a little bit. Oh, fun fact, he also has a sexy mom. Acura, let's see. Akira would actually be kind of difficult to date solely because they like accessories and they will make constant noise whenever that they move. Yes, I haven't made a human form for him yet, but I will at some point. But the thing about Akira is that Akira likes accessories, so if you are just running around in a hoodie, that will not cut it. You have to at least have something going on there. Oh god, Strap Roth, I'm scared. I'm scared. So that's why, and not only that, but because you also will have to. Oh god, are we just doing all the time? No, we're doing all the demon guys. We're doing all the demon guys. Let's see, both of the bud. But yeah, when it comes to Akira, you're gonna have to actually, like, you know, and you can't just walk up to Akira at the store. You gotta be at like the club or something. You gotta be somewhere interesting to even get Akira's attention. Now, as for dating, wait, who's this? Hey there, Nico Halloween Gamer. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an old Dragon Mom boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Anyway. What am I doing? Oh, right. Now, as for dating Akira, that would be extremely difficult. Because you can't just take some Akira somewhere normal. You gotta like take them somewhere funny, exciting, like a festival, a club, a bomb demolition. You gotta take Akira some really fun places. And also you will have to deal with the fact that Akira will cover you in accessories, whether it be clips, belts, chains, whatever. You're gonna have to just deal with the fact you're gonna have to wear a minimum of 20 accessories. And also get into Tamagotchi. Akira loves Tamagotchi. You will have to have at least 7 Tamagotchis. Well, hey then, how is it greetings? How's it going? Also worth asking what's happening. I'm giving everybody a dateability rating. Escape while you can. Next, we have Strapper Off, the demon of suspenders. Now, the thing about this guy is, don't worry, he is a complete and utter disaster bisexual, so getting him on a date would be very easy. Just, I don't know, bump your butt against him and he will take that as an invitation. You're like, do that, slap him on the butt, grope him. He'll be like, oh, yep, let's get it. Unfortunately, he is an unequivocal, complete hoe. You can just tell by looking at him. Everyone, as in everyone in chat. Everyone in chat, mostly. So that's how he would be. He would just be like, you just vaguely bump against him and he'll think you're in love. Now, as for actually dating him, it would be actually rather difficult because he is such a hoe. So you're gonna have to deal with the fact that he will actively try to hump you at any moment. Not only that, he also listens to Brazilian funk, so you're gonna have to also deal with him blasting random dance music at all hours. And lastly, he will put suspenders in your clothing, so also be aware of that he will find a way to put suspenders in your clothing when you least suspect it. Damn, no hug, no kiss, no dinner, just straight to fun cardio. Yes, if you want a nice, fun-filled relationship that feels like a heart attack, date Strapper Off. Now we got Belzebub. Oh god. Now, all things considered, he's actually pretty easy to date. Unlike his brother, you just walk up to him and say, hey, big guy, you want to go get some coffee? And he's like, yeah, sure. Be aware that for him, everybody is a friend, even if you're sleeping together. So just be aware that you will be considered a buddy to Belzebub. However, when it comes to actually dating him, it's slightly difficult. Because one, you wouldn't think it, but because he has belt powers, you will get accidental bondaged at some point. He will accidental bondage you. Maybe it's not an accident, maybe it is. We don't know. The character with the greatest is Buko. Oh, God. Not Buko, not my son. Not Buko. Also, so other than the fact that he will accidentally bondage you at some point, because that's just how he gets people's attention, he will also deal with the fact that he just doesn't believe in underwear. He just doesn't believe in it. It's against his religion. And on top of that, but he's a great hugger. He loves hugs. Also, don't let him bite you. He has only sharp teeth. Don't let him bite you. He also flosses his teeth with a tiny belt. That's weird. That's not how that works. And also, he will randomly put at least 3 belts upon your person. Where? Who knows? If you are a man, a belt will appear in the most uncomfortable possible place. Be aware that that will happen with him. If you're a woman, it's definitely going across the boobs. He just does that. Just deal with it. Next. How does one get accidentally bondaged? It seems like anything but accidental. Don't worry about it. Joke's on you. I'm into biting. Oh no. Well, if you're into biting, let Belzebub, the big red demon, bite you. He also might smell faintly of barbecue sauce. Moving. Let's see. Oh god, not Zeppelin. Oh god. Zeppelin. Anyway, now for the Riz god himself, Buko. And you're like, if you're wondering, who's Buko? Buko's this little weirdo in the corner. You see this little guy right here? That's Buko. He's not a dragon. He's technically a kobold, but it's neither here nor there. So, how easy is it to date Buko? It's actually extremely hard. Do you want to know why it's so difficult? It's because he is the god of Riz. He hears people every single day being like, Buko, you're just such a sexy dragon. And he's just like, eh. I didn't think I would actually happen. Like, because Buko is an equivocal Riz god, so he's just like, he is unimpressed. You're gonna have to actually work hard to get Buko to date you. You're gonna have to give him tribute, give him tiny cheeseburgers, like little sliders. You're also gonna have to like let him wear cute little outfits because he has these cute little outfits, and also take him to the Bahamas at least twice a week. Should I be concerned with being thrown on this list? I mean, tell me what you would do for our first date, and I can tell you what your dateability would be. Now, if you somehow become worthy of Buko and you can afford taking him to the Bahamas twice a week, he'd be pretty easy to date. Before you see, he just wanted to see if you would do all that. Yeah, you'd be a chump, but you'd be his chump. And after that, he will take care of you. Buko would be your sugar daddy. So after 3 years of taking him to the Bahamas, he will basically he will give you a note saying that your probation is up and you can now get married, and he will become your sugar daddy. So he's hard to obtain but easy to date. Also, he is a stuffed animal, so sadly, he actually can't do any type of X-rated activities. Please don't do weird things to my son. But hugging is fine. Also, he can only say the word bois. He can only say bois, so your conversations are limited. Yeah, Buko's similar to Ted, except Ted has a coconut. Next we have Zeppelin. Zeppelin is a zipper demon. Now you're probably wondering, how easy is it to date Zeppelin? It's not impossible, but it's difficult. The reason why is because, number 1, he does not talk. Number 2, he does not want to talk to you. Number 3, if you have no zippers upon your person, he will put zippers upon your person, but they will never make sense. Lastly, he's just a shy little bean. He's very shy, so he is prone to using his zippers to get away from people, because he can make gateways with his zippers and he will run away from you. Your best bet is to basically set up a trap for him to basically be able to talk to him, probably by putting a bunch of disembodied zippers on a plate. If you do that and put it under a box, you can capture Zeppelin and he will talk to you. And by talk, he will just wiggle like a dead fish. Sorry, a dying fish. He will wiggle like a dying fish on the ground. But if you somehow, Stockholm him into being with you, he's very difficult to date. Because he doesn't like conversation. He only likes zippers. Don't worry, he does write. He will also put holes in your clothes. But once you get past all of that, he loves cuddling. He loves cuddling a lot. And he's perfectly fine with that. he won't talk with you, so it's basically like dating a mute, but he will also very much care about you, and also, you know, just randomly appear under your desk. So there's that. Hi, Haskell. Hello, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. My first date kind of depends. If it's someone I know prior, we're going somewhere a little more upscale. Not Fibonacci. Oh god. Oh god, so we're gonna pitch the nerd there, and then we're gonna pit Fibonacci. All right, Ned. When it comes to your dating, it would be slightly difficult because it sounds like you have standards. Also, you can't just be anybody that walks up to this nerd. It feels like you could just be anybody, but no, you got to be neat. You got to be clean, and you have to be decent and probably into whatever their hyper fixation is. If you are not, you will probably be either denied or ignored, and we don't want that. Now, as for actually dating, it'd be just slightly less easy. The reason why is because, you know, you gotta like not only do they gotta like you, you know, you gotta have standards, but if you're not into that hyperfixation, then it's just not gonna work out. It's not gonna happen. Also, you gotta stream on Twitch for some reason. I don't know why that's so specific, but there it is. If it's someone I don't know, use the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, see, you got standards, so you can't just be like, you know, overly complicated. You can't set traps for the nerd. What you're gonna have to do is basically just set up a small tank to just constantly shoot them in the shins to get their attention. And then once that happens and you get their curiosity, then you just get a large bag and then throw them in there with some butter. Don't worry, the butter is integral and is important to the romanceable plot. And then once you make sure that they're well buttered, you put them in the oven just to keep them nice and warm, and then you serve them with a side of potatoes. Moving on. Let's see, we got Sever in there. So when it comes to Fibonacci, we have been over this book. To the butter. Oh, you're new. You don't know. Don't worry about it. Speaking of butter, you know what? It's been a while since, you know, it's been a while, chat. 1 second, let me find it. Here we go. Butter time. Butter, 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 butter. We can't forget to butter the chat with my comically huge cube of butter. Butter, 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 butter. No, it didn't get bigger. This is the size we always use. Now get nice and buttered, chat. I know this is your favorite part of the stream, where you get nice and buttered. There you go. Ah, what are you talking about? It's always been this size. What are you talking about? It's always been this size. I didn't get a bigger one. What are you talking about? Just shut up and get buttered. There we go. Yes. Nice and buttered. Nice and buttered. You guys tried to gaslight me before. It's always been that big. Anyway. Now that everyone's all nice and he's like, now I see someone made an eraser look like a piece of You won't succeed. What are you talking about? I'm not trying to gaslight anybody. That's always the size it's been. Anyway, Fibonacci would be very hard to date simply because he just doesn't want to be bothered. He's too busy looking at the thread count of cashmere to pay attention to you. However, sometimes if you basically also can guess the thread count of something, he might actually pay attention to you. Now, you also have to not be distracted by his massive boobs. His massive chest and other massive parts of him, you're gonna have to basically just ignore that, because if he sees that you see that he sees, he will be like, nah fam, I'm getting out of here. It's enough to stick the Navy. Don't worry about it. Now, when it comes to actually dating the Fibonacci, it's actually pretty okay. Like, you will have to deal with him having random fabric facts, but he makes up for it for the fact that he looks really great in a bunny suit. He may be a little bit tsundere sometimes, but don't worry, you can get him into all sorts of lingerie by just saying you think he'd look good, and he would totally wear it. Don't worry about it. I'm so glad that most of you don't even know what these characters look like, or else you'd judge me. But you can't judge me because you don't know what any of these characters look like. But haha, I win. I'm absolutely right. Fibonacci is extremely difficult in that one category. He's hard to obtain, but he's actually pretty easy to date. And he like, even though he looks like it, he does like cuddling. He's very much a fan of cuddling. And don't worry, it's also regardless of gender. Now we have Sever. Oh dear lord. Now Sever's actually very easy to obtain because honestly, just stand at least 3 inches away from him and he'll think you're in love with him. Because he'll be in love with you. Now, how do you know if Sever is in love with you? He'll start trying to cut your clothes off. I know enough about the judge, you damn it. So how do you know Sever loves you? He won't say anything. He'll just smile and just start, you know, trying to cut off your clothes, starting with your sleeves. If he is already trying to cut your clothes off, he's very interested. He sounds awful, but he is awful. Now, unfortunately, once he has, the thing is, if you do not want Sever to actively pursue you, you're gonna have to not let him cut any of your clothing. You're just gonna have to fight him on that, because the minute he cuts a bit of fabric, he has determined that you are going to be his target for the next unforeseeable time, and he will start stalking you. He will stalk you, lockpick your house, get in through your window, or you know, the basement drain. He will don't worry about it. But don't worry, he will never go after cutting your flesh, only fabric. He just wants to cut the fabric. He will show up at coffee shops. He will show up everywhere just to cut your clothes off. Now, as for actually dating him, it is actually really difficult because, again, he will try to cut your clothes off. He will actively try to remove all fabric from your person at all times. And if you don't have any fabric, he will start cutting your hair. It's just a bad habit he has. Now, you can negate this because he is a beautiful, adorable man. Honestly, you're just gonna have to tie him down. So sadly, the other reason he's so hard to date is that you will have to be into some form of bondage in order to deal with him. He's also very clingy and needy, so if he hasn't seen you for at least 10 minutes, he'll start crying. I kid. If he hasn't seen you for at least 5 hours, he'll start crying. He'll think you've abandoned them, and then he'll start trying to, like, you know, get out of his restraints and destroy your wedding dress and hunt down your family members. Wait, where are the categories for each of the columns? Oh, let me go back up. We have easy, medium, which is like not super easy, but kind of hard, and then extremely difficult, which is like borderline impossible. And that's for, so, and it's basically how obtainability is how easy is it to start dating the person, and then the dateability is how hard is it to continue to date this person. So that's basically how the categories work. So for you nerds, you are not super easy to date, but kind of difficult. And then you're also just kind of, again, kind of difficult to maintain dating. Anyway, let's see. Sorry, my eyeball's trying to pop out again. Oh god. Anyway, do we have anybody else we're curious about? Because I think we did all 7 of the brothers at this point. Sorry, I had to drink some tea. If you're not sure about any of my other characters, I can just start putting some of my other characters on your cat boys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So we have the cat boys. So we have, we got Bloom, Ginger, Chowder, and Oreo. Not sure if I should feel good or insulted with my results. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah, and we got like Lysol. Lysol vendor. Okay, so Blue is very difficult to date because number one, he is shy. Like, if you're wondering, Semi, who are these characters? I have a comic called Catboy Cafe. It is on hiatus forever. It may never get started again until I forget about it. But it's Catboy Cafe is basically just a very dumb slice of life series that's on hiatus forever. It's very easy to find. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. I really need to go back to it though, because I have storylines in there. Anyway. So we have Blue. He is a blue catboy, basically a catboy with blue hair. He is very difficult to date because he is shy, and also doesn't like to talk to people and hates being anybody like pokes him first. However, when it comes to actually, if you were to actually date him, he'd actually be pretty good. He's clingy though. He's clingy and surprisingly territorial. He also has resting bitch face, but other than that, he's very cuddly, he's very adorable, he's very affectionate. You just have to get past his hilariously long amount of shyness. Finally, I have me game. Will bite Timmy. Why are you biting my tail for? Why would you get out of here? Go to bed. Let's see. Next is Ginger. Ginger is a orange tabby coated character. He is very easy to date. No, he's not. He's slightly difficult to date because he's a bit dumb. Like, Ginger's a bit dumb, so he's one of those you will be dating for 5 years before he realizes you're in a relationship. He also behaves like a dog despite him being a cat, so he is very easily distracted. So you're gonna have to, you know, tie a rope to him or something, or else he will go running down the street. But he's also a sweet bean and cares very much. Also, with Blue and Ginger, you will have higher rates of success if you just date them both at the same time. Doing it individually, you will have to deal with the fact that they are weird when it comes to each other. They will be territorial and they will, but they also love each other. So, not like that. They're very brotherly because they're twins. So, they are perfect. They feel weird if they're not sharing something, so just date them at the same time. Let's see here. So when it comes to actual like dating, Ginger's actually pretty easy to date. He's pretty much cool with just about anything because he is a cat boy that works at a cafe. He has no money. But again, if Blue is also there, he'd be a lot more comfortable. They're also very useless at any type of housework, so just understand that they are basically both pets. Next we have Chowder, their older brother who is technically not their mom. So when it comes to Chowder, Chowder's actually kind of hard to date because number one, he is older. Number two, he has standards. Number three, he knows how to say no. So Chowder knows he's an attractive cat man and is perfectly comfortable in his own skin, and therefore just calling him cute or good looking is not enough. You're gonna have to work hard. Not only that, you're gonna also have to know that he cares very deeply about his younger siblings. So if you are trying to separate him from his siblings that he can't see them ever again, he will just leave the house and go home. Yeah, I'm not food. How dare you? Now, when it comes to actually dating the Chowder is slightly difficult because he will be worried about his younger siblings on the regular. And though he can do housework and do male wife activities, he is a very lazy cat. So he doesn't like doing stuff, but he will if he has to. Imagine dating someone to isolate them from their friends and family. Red flag. Fun fact, I haven't gotten to it in the comic, but this is actually something that happened to Chowder in the past. Chowder was actually separated from his siblings when a guy basically like I said adopted, but not really. Basically he dated this guy and this guy basically said come live with me, and he basically tried to make it so Chowder couldn't see his siblings, which he was very lonely and upset, and as a result Blue and Ginger were also upset that they couldn't see their big brother because he basically helped raise them. So they were very upset, and Chowder is very lonely, so he just went back home. Hi Elliot, hello, thank you very much for the recent scribble. How are you today? Anyway, so yeah, dating Chowder is slightly difficult because you gotta let him out of the house. You can't just keep him in the house all day because he will want to see his family. Let's see here. Also, he will steal your clothes. Next we have Oreo. Oreo is he's not impossible, but he is difficult to date because he's a very opinionated kitty. But don't worry, unlike his siblings, Oreo is a very monogamous kitty. This is some driving around the whatever the crap that is. Nice. So yeah, Oreo is kind of hard to date because number one, he is short, so he has a short guy complex. Two, he has a very assertive personality, so you're gonna have to deal with the fact that he's kind of a brat. And then three, he is like he's a very angry kitty. Mountain range. Oh, the mountain range. Okay. Now, as for actually dating him, once you get to the point where, and also unlike his siblings, Oreo does not share. Oreo is like, no, if you're gonna be with me, you are basically my pet. No, that's how he is. Grabs the spicy Oreo, mine. Like, Oreo is a very monogamous, very angry kitty. But once you have once he has deemed you as his possession, he's actually pretty chill. He is still a tsundere, so you will have to deal with that, but he is very territorial. He is very much like, no other cat boy can get near my man or my woman. He will fight a bitch. He does not like other cats near whoever he has chosen as his partner. Ask Ben. Ben is a very confused guy that Oreo technically belongs to. He does not understand why Oreo does anything. But yeah, but Oreo is a very territorial kitty, so, you know, just understand that if you come home smelling like any other animal, he will be mad at you. It doesn't matter if it was a dog at the park. He'll be like, you're cheating on me with a Labrador. So just know that he will be mad at you if you smell like anybody other than yourself or him. Now, don't worry, he won't leave. He'll just jump you. Oreo will jump you to reassert dominance. He is a very assertive cat boy. And next we have Sylvana. So Sylvana is the second oldest of the demons. With him, honestly, he's actually pretty easy to date. With him, he's very much a, just say, hey, you know, I just met you in this. Let me stop. But Sylvana is very much a, hey, do you want to go out for coffee? And he would say yes. He would be very calm and not weird about it. What do you mean the fuck? Don't worry about it. But he would be very easy to start dating. Now, as for staying with him, that would also be pretty easy. He will want to always put an extra layer on you, so it doesn't matter how many layers you are wearing. He will try to figure out how to put a sweater on you in the summer. But other than that, he's actually pretty chill. Now, people will constantly think that he is your hilariously buff girlfriend, and he does not care. So he's sweet, he's nice, he takes care of you, he'll clean up after you, make you dinner. You know, he's very mom-coded, he can't help himself. He has 6 siblings he has to take care of. But yeah, Sylvana would be a pretty good boyfriend at the end of the day. You know, and yeah. Is there anybody else? Darn, I want to ask you to do female triple? Okay. Up. Let's see, female triple and Elliot. Okay, female triple. Honestly, I feel like she would also be like, she wouldn't be super easy to date. Like, you have to kind of, you got to be very clear with her, and also you have to respect her. You can't just say, hey, how you doing, and also actively staring at her weirdly large rack. You have to actually be a gentleman or gentle person to the female triple. You got to be nice and respectful. You can't be weird. Now, as for actually dating the female triple, that is going to be slightly difficult because, again, just like regular triple, you are going to have to make sure that she is emotionally okay and emotionally stable, and that she will use her 1% top on you when you least suspect it, probably in the shower. But other than that, she'd be a very good male, like, not male, she'd be a regular, like, very good at cooking, taking care of you, checking up on your emotional needs. But because she cares so much about you, you gotta make sure she cares about herself. And next we move on to Elliot. Anyway, same. I would add a femcast, but I barely do. Honestly, I think regular like cast and femcast would just be treated the same, not gonna lie. Let's see here. And next we have Elliot. Now you're saying how easy would be to date Elliot? Extremely difficult, because you'd have to deal with his weird hyperfixation that nobody cares about, and that would be very difficult. As for like, you know, getting past that would be very difficult, you know, hyperfixation. But if you too have the hyperfixation, I think you'd do very well. Also, Elliot's half carpet, so there's that too. Totally not 70 with a mustache. Now it's like, how would it be to date the Elliot? Don't block me. That would also be insanely difficult because of the aforementioned of hyperfixation that no one cares about. But if you could be tolerant of that, you know, I think that dating Elliot would be good. You will have to make sure that Elliot gets Febrezed and vacuumed every other day because, you know, carpet. But other than that, I think you'd make a very happy couple. Also, thank you very much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. This list is getting long. Like, good God. Elliot would be expensive because of the figurines. Yep. What do you mean marked for death? Like, look, I don't make the rules, Elliot. That's just the way it is. It's not my fault that you're slightly difficult to date. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what it is. I'm just saying what it is. Okay, I gotta make this even longer. Jesus. There are so many on here. God. Let's see. All right. Ugh. There's just so much going on here. Like, good God. And okay. There we go. Anyway. This cat, no. Does everyone know that? Yeah, I don't like. Also, cat, stop putting weird suggestions I don't know in here. Let's see. Anyway. Dang, how many people has it been so far? Let me check. Let's see. It has been. Let's see. 48. Dang, we've done 48 rankings so far. Jeebus, look at all this though. God. Joke's on you, Shabby. I have a girlfriend and I'm so happy for you. See, like, somebody figured it out and I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Let's see. Is there anyone else? I'm surprised I haven't seen Axel yet. Like, he usually shows up by now. Can't believe it. Axel abandoned me. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. Okay, no problem with Nomad. Thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed your ranking. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I can PC-kun. Oh, Jesus. Why are you putting PC-kun on here? Let's see. So we got Axel and PC-kun. As for Axel, according to the Axel lore, he's slightly difficult because he just kind of doesn't notice things. Apparently, at the very beginning, he doesn't notice. You gotta be, you know, you gotta kind of be direct with him. You can't just, you know, assume he'll understand what you're talking about. And he's oblivious as hell. So he's slightly easy to start dating. However, once you do date him, he is actually pretty easy boyfriend. He is basically putty in your hands. Or at least like putty in Ellie's hands, because Ellie's like a top tier person. But, you know, getting him might be difficult, but keeping him is really easy. Just put him in the closet, Febreze him every once in a while, and he's good to go. Happy hello. We are giving everybody their dateability rankings. Next, we have PC-kun. As for how easy it is to date my computer, very difficult because he keeps dying constantly. Trying to date my computer is very, very difficult because he keeps, like, not only does he keep randomly dying, he keeps turning on also in the middle of the night for no reason, and I don't understand why. PC-kun has freaking insomnia and I don't know what to do about it. But how would it be to date the PC? Just as difficult, because he's indecisive, weird, keeps bringing up random things that nobody cares about. Techno Satan, oh god, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this no more. But yes, hard to date the computer, hard to stay dating the computer. As for Techno Satan is actually very easy to start dating because he would think it's funny. You know, you ask this horrifying virus man, hey, you know, I want to get you, I want to buy you a baguette, and he's like, oh, of course. Let's see where this goes. Like, he'd give you a chance. Mainly because he's looking for any thinly veiled excuse to make you miserable. So actually dating Techno Satan would be difficult. Nothing electronic would work. So if you have an electronic car, he'll make sure you don't get anywhere. If you have a computer, it will explode. Your phone will not get signal. And also just be very, very glitchy so you can't call for help. But he's a surprisingly good kisser. So yeah, that's Techno Satan for you. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it. But yes, dating ratings. You have easy, medium, hard, and extremely difficult. Everyone in this category is technically not worth it, but here we are. Yep. That's like, if you want to date a weird electronic anomaly, that is your prerogative. I wouldn't, but hey. But at least he's a good kisser, apparently. So there's that. I might end a little early today just because I still gotta prepare stuff for the birthday, and I got work. I got work and I have stuff I'm working on for people, so I'm like, oh god. I did not think this through. Yeah, I think I'll probably end at like 1 o'clock today. Yeah. Because I'm a little bit busier than usual this week. I'm also preparing for Saturday. Not Saturday, but Friday. Yeah. Anyway. But I will be ready for the birthday stream. I also bought a game, Super Mario Golf. Cool. No problem, still working on your gift. No problem. But yeah, as for Friday, I'll probably just do, it's gonna be a 6-hour stream, hopefully, but it'll probably just be a bunch of yapping, doodling, me ranting about some other thing I'm obsessed with, you know, the usual. I'll probably post this ranking on Twitter as well as in the thing. That reminds me, I also have to work on your gift. Oh my god, I am never ready for whatever Asher's doing. I swear to god, he almost destroyed me last year. I was almost obliterated like that. It was like that meme of Kaiba. Add the disclosure. Oh yes, yeah, I gotta make sure I add the disclosure. The this is strictly for the funny ha-has and not actual dating advice. And this is not me saying this is not the Semi is dating anyone list either. I gotta make sure I emphasize that this is not how I would date you, because I would not date you at all. I just realized, like, you know, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to actually put him on here because I want to be mean. I want to be mean, so I'm not gonna say anything. Guess they just gotta miss out. Anyway, yeah. But I think I guess this is pretty much everybody, huh? Damn. All right. I mean, if this is pretty much everybody so far, I'll probably go back to my other screen so we can just chat for a little bit. But good lord, this is still a lot of people though. A lot. Can't believe my freaking computer's on here. I can't. Let's see. Yeah, 51 people. I honestly did not think there would be this much participation. I thought we'd have like 30. Oh man, I haven't really been well, not to say I haven't drawn a lot this week, but like I've been like working on stuff I can't post this week. We had to put everyone we couldn't possibly have known into the list. Yeah, yeah. Like, it has a lot of people on here. Let's just go ahead to the other screen so that way I can make sure I save this. Okay. Let's just go ahead on to the main screen since I'm going to be ending soon. 1 second. Can't believe I look like a bat, apparently. I finally add my wings and I look like a bat, and I know it's because my tail isn't visible, but like it's too like I did experiments with it, and showing my tail was just too busy. Like it was too busy. It was like distracting, but not in the good way. Nah, not Candace. As much as I love Candace, nah. She's too obscure. She's a little too obscure, honestly. Like her, the other characters, like some characters are a little bit too obscure for the list, you know. But it was still pretty fun. It was still pretty fun. Yeah, she's like one of those. It's like, can I have a donut? Yes, honey, you can have a donut. Give me your tail. I'm gonna make it move. No. Oh. But yeah, I also gotta figure out what I want to wear for my summer outfit this year. I gotta figure that out too. Gotta figure out my summer outfit. I don't know. I straight up do not remember what I wore last year. Even what the fuck is that? Is that? Are you trying to say banana? Cass, are you trying to say banana? That's what it looks like. It looks like banana. I know we have like the Onyx Awards and the V Met Gala. And I don't think I'm really doing anything after that. I am so tired. I don't know if I'm gonna do any of these events next year because I swear to God, they're so stressful. Like I like helping, but I like being in the background. Like but yeah, if you want to vote in the Onyx Awards, I think they're almost done voting. But yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like the Onyx Awards this year was definitely better than the Black VTuber Awards. Like simply like it was handled so much better. Like and I for those of you curious, I actually did help with it. That's why I'm not in it. So that's why I'm not a nominee in the awards, is because I'm helping with it, and I specifically asked them not to put me in there because of how much of a disaster last year was. So that's why I'm not a nominee. I specifically asked them to. It is not that they forgot me, because I did not want to be in there, fam. I did not. Straight up did not want to do it. I did not. I hated it. Oh. And I'm coming back just as the ending. Oh, it's okay, Raffy. It's okay. Thanks for the stream. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not for me, you know. Like I like supporting from, like, you know, in the background, like if they need any help with arting or whatever. Like I did a lot of the background stuff. Like for example, the logo that the Onyx Awards used, that was basically designed by me. The mascot lady, that was I helped with the idea. I obviously was not the one who drew her currently, but I helped with the concept for her. The little cheetah mascot, I helped with that too. So I did like a lot of weird stuff in the background. Like because I just do not like I don't want to be in the forefront, mainly because I'm a coward, but you know. But yeah, but I am glad to help though, because I do believe in the Onyx Awards. I just don't want to be in the front. That's all I ask. Just don't. Just don't. But if you need any yacht support, I'm your dragon. Which I'm happy about, so yeah. I'm working for something else for them, and then I think that's pretty much it for my work, so yeah. I'll finally get some of that delicious exposure I keep hearing the kids talk about, you know. Let's see, do I have anything else going on? Yeah, no, that's it. No, did my let's see, we raid today? Oh, we could. I haven't raided since I came back from a hiatus. Who would I raid anyway? Like, I have not raided in a long time. Rocky and Azura, huh? Let's see. Yeah, we almost, and yeah, let's bother Rocky. Let's bother Rocky. Let's go. Let's see here. All right. So let's oh yeah, it's been so long I forgot what my raid message is. I forgot. Oh yeah, let me get the BS one. What? Oh god, did I freeze? Oh shit. Oh shit. Fuck. Wait, can I still raid even though I'm frozen? Can I still raid even though I'm frozen? Wait, let me see if I can. Wait, let me see if I can still do it. Let me. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, thank you very much. Be good, behave, and don't be a menace. Say hi to Rocky. Tell him that we have finished the date ability and he's extremely hard to date. Hostile, bye bye, daddy-o, goodbye. Later.